Maddie's Pub and Grill, and the Village Commons Bookstore. It's absolutely a spectacular night. The officials are gathering right at midfield. The student section is filling up, and we are ready for football here at Brigham Field at Husky Stadium. Well, let's go down. The third member of our crew, Jim Blaney, with head coach Jerry Kill.
Thank you very much, David, here with Coach Jerry Kill. Jerry, second year for you and your staff. What's different about getting ready for a second season as opposed to when you come in for the first time?
Well, I just think you know a little bit more about the place you're coaching at and the kids, and you just, got a little bit more of a comfortable feeling, so to speak.
If there's one thing you'd like your team to improve on from last week at Wisconsin, what would that be?
Well, I want us to play a little bit harder. I want to do a better job in third down conversions, and I don't want to turn over the football.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, David, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jim Blaney. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel with you up here. Jordan Burnfield, our spotter. We are ready for football. Bobby, it's good to have the football season back.
I don't think there's any question, and what a way to begin it. The home season here at Northern Illinois University. Wow, what a night, as you mentioned, Dave.
Here's game conditions, 72 beautiful degrees. Nice humidity of 68%. Winds east-northeast, not much, just a little bit of a breeze. Partly cloudy, no rain in the forecast, and Northern Illinois is going to receive the kick. They will have Tommy Davis will be deep along with.
One of the things with young Matt Barr, this young guy's from Belvedere, Illinois, basically 40 minutes down the road. He has to be handled. He gets a hot hand, and you're going to be in trouble. I don't think there's any question.
Tommy Davis, and Bobby, how many linebackers do you see? John Tranchitella deep on a kick. And that is going to be the guy who catches it, and he breaks tackles, makes a cutback, is up the sideline and knocked down in Western Illinois territory at the 43-yard line. Wow, a high, short kick. Bob, what happened?
Well, what you're going to see here is a very organized return effort by the Huskies, and he's going to see a lateral crease. Watch it now. Here it appears, right there, two great blocks, and now it's just time to turn it on. And as you mentioned before, this is a big young guy. This is more of a fullback carrying that football than it is a wide receiver or a running back. Good cut right there. Good vision. Great tackle right there also.
All right, Northern Illinois' first play in front of the home folks. Chandler Harness going to duck under center. Miko Brown, the single back set. And we are ready to watch the NIU offense. Handoff, Miko Brown makes a cut, makes a man miss, and is knocked down right around the 37-yard line.
That's a fundamental isolation play right there, David.
Ed Roberts over to make the tackle.
I've said this last year, David, we did these Northern Illinois games. Northern Illinois' offensive line is one of the finest coached offensive lines that I've seen in the entire landscape of college football. Great technicians.
We'll get your starters in a moment. Shotgun set for Chandler Harnish on a 2nd down and 4. Harnish going to throw, he's going to keep it. Goes up the middle, knocked down, and tackled right at the 35-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd and about 2. Brandon Kretschmer came over along with Buddy Dudzak from his linebacker spot to make the hit. Let's take a look at our Village Commons Bookstore starting lineups. There you have the starting offense. Clark at wide receiver with Palmer, Shepler, the tight end, Scarb, and Miko Brown, your skill position players. And I think the football just came out, Bob. I think we've got a fumble, and I think Western Illinois may have recovered it. I think Miko Brown got hit.
David, I think this is a clear-cut case of a back trying to make something out of nothing and try to make a little bit more out of what it could have been.
And yes, indeed.
Indeed. He should have secured the football, take what he had, 2 hands on the football when the ball's being challenged, and play another play.
Victor Visaki came over and made the play, recovered the fumble. Watch number 71. There's the ball. It's clearly out. And number 71.
Miko put 2 hands on the football right now. 1 hand on the football. The help now. Defensive players are being taught, put your helmet on the football. That's exactly what happened. They put their helmet on the football and it came out.
Visoki made the pickup, and Western Illinois is on the attack. And watch Matt Barr, the left-hander, threw for over 400 yards a week ago. He throws here, and the football just came out again. And I think Northern Illinois got it. Yes, they do. One play, a completion, and a fumble, and they get the football right back near midfield. Bob, 2 turnovers. Coach Keel just talked about, I don't want to see us give the football up, and both coaches have to deal with turnovers.
Well, here we look again. Turn away from the defender. 2 hands on the ball. Good job stripping the football, getting a helmet on the football. Hey, that's the way you want to play. You come right back. You know what happens when you come off the field, David, after a fumble? All the defenders are yelling, sudden change, sudden change. And what that means is this. What are we going to do? What are we going to do to get our team back, our defense, our offense back in the football after Miko fumbled? That was a great example of a successful sudden change. Hats off to that defense of the Huskies.
All right, the Husky offense will come back out. Chris Smith was the man who made the hit. And NIU gets it back. First fumble recovery of the season for Northern Illinois. Single back set again, Miko Brown. Harnish gonna look, he's going downfield, got a man, it is caught at the 7-yard line. Willie Clark, the starting wideout, made the catch. NIU in business in the red zone.
What sold this play was the great play action move. Quarterbacks often in this day and age do not continue to fake the way they should. Then he sets up shoulder square, great protection, great read. That's what we call a skinny post. In other words, he's not going right toward the goal post, he's breaking it off slightly. Great catch, good concentration.
Scarb, the man in motion. Harnish, hands off. Span up the middle, span to the end zone. Give him 6.
Give him 6, but give Kyle Scarb 3 of those 6. David, here we come right back with Scarb last year. You and I used to talk about this young guy. He's an old-fashioned rock-em, sock-em fullback. I love fullback play. Watch the lead block. Watch the lead block after we come back to this play. 6'2", 226 pounds. Here's Scarb. Inside, now to the outside. Bammo! 28, keep your legs going, keep your legs going. Good pad level. Well-executed football play. Scarb is my guy, Cap.
Salerno's extra point is good, and the Huskies capitalize off the Western Illinois fumble. And with 13-13 left, they've got a 7-0 lead.
College life is great, but aren't you sick of living in cramped spaces, lack of privacy, ramen noodles? At University Plaza, we can help. It's like a Chicago high-rise with a friendly family feel. From enjoying the pleasures of private bathrooms and a restaurant-style food court, to keeping fit in a fully equipped fitness center, to lounging in the pool or hot tub. Experience so much more for less than what you might think. If you've never been here, you owe it to yourself to check us out. University Plaza, big city atmosphere in the heart of NIU.
Hey Husky fans, shop online for all the latest Husky merchandise at niubookstore.niu.edu. We carry the best brands, Gear, Jansport, Russell, Vantage, Zephyr, and more. Shop any of our 3 locations, the Home Student Center, the Convocation Center, and our newest location at the Barcema Alumni and Visitor Center. Open 3 hours before game time for every home game. For the best Husky gear selection and prices, stop by today or shop online at niubookstore.niu.edu. That's niubookstore.niu.edu.
Packed house here at Brigham Field at Husky Stadium in DeKalb, Illinois. David Kaplan, Bob Kamala, Jim Blaney with you on a Saturday night for college football. So look at Bob's favorite player, Kyle Scarb, who just threw a great block. Watch 34 get a hat on somebody and pave the way for Chad Span's 3rd TD of the season.
Not only, he had to adjust, David, because the linebacker started to come inside and he jumped outside. Great block, good pad level by Chad Span, leaning into the end zone, becoming his own blocker.
Todd Spate is deep for Western. He'll catch it right at the 5-yard line, makes a move, makes one man miss, and it'll be knocked down at the 24-yard line. Jordan Delegal came over and made the hit. And that's where Western Illinois will begin their 2nd possession, trailing 7-0, 13:07 left in the first quarter. There's a look at the numbers. Standout quarterback Matt Barr, National Player of the Week last week. Big week, threw for over 400 yards. Barr, a left-handed quarterback from Belvedere, Illinois, just about 40 miles from DeKalb. He's going to hand off, and Western Illinois is going to put the ball on the ground this time, the first play. Dre Gibbs will make the run. It will be a gain of about 11, enough to move the chains for Western Illinois first down. There's our Village Commons bookstore starting lineup, the offense for Western Illinois. Morgan, Senatus. Those are the wide receivers. Lamphere, Spate, Dancer is the man who anchors it in the middle at center. A 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Barr's going to throw his second pass attempt, fires, has his man. It's caught over the middle. Martell Moore made the catch, coming over for NIU. Excuse me, Lito Senatus made the catch. Tracy Wilson came over and made the hit.
David, what happened there was Western Illinois ran an under and an over. They ran the under and over the linebacker to that play side. In other words, they put a man in front of him, a wide receiver, and then brought a wide receiver behind that linebacker. The quarterback has a basic read there. He throws opposite of where the linebacker goes.
Another first down, 1st and 10 at the 47. Barr going to throw it again. Looks, throws, has his man, put it right on his hands. An outstanding throw. Morgan made the catch.
David, that ball was thrown in the only place that it could have been caught. Over the shoulder to the outside shoulder of the wide receiver, away from the defender. Great maturity. This young guy has unbelievable poise.
Wilson came over and made the hit, knocking him out of bounds. Real good throw. Another first down, this time in Northern Illinois territory at the 43. Deep drop, handoff. And Gibbs will pick up very close to another first down. I think they'll spot it short. Be a gain of about 9 on the play. We'll see where they spot it.
Dre Gibbs, 5'10", 220-pound senior. He is on the All-American watch list.
Alex Kuba came over and made the hit, safety.
Young guy came all the way from Lawrenceville, Georgia, to Kula High School, from Macomb, Illinois, to line up for the Leathernecks.
Barr's got a good drive going at the Northern Illinois 33-yard line. Barr looking, pressured, throws, and nearly picked off. Nearly intercepted. Pat Schiller got a big paw on it from his linebacker spot.
Here's an example of Pat Schiller. He gets into his drop, and what he does, he redirects. We call that he plants his foot and he comes back. Why? He looked right into the quarterback's eyes. You look in that quarterback's eyes, you start to fade as where his eyes are going. When he takes his hand off the football, we call that to draw the ball. That's when he planted it, came back. That means the ball is coming out.
I-formation backfield now for WIU. Northern Illinois shows blitz. Here they come. Handoff up the middle is going to be Gibbs again, and Gibbs is going to pick up a first down, move the chains all the way to the 25-yard line. Sobel came over and made the tackle with some help from Adam Coleman.
Watch the right guard here. Big Nick Daly, 6'3", 290 pounds. Comes off to the next level, comes off to the next level, and keeps coming. You know, it's one thing to engage a defender at the line of scrimmage, but then to engage a defender in a zone type of scheme and then come off on the linebacker for a big guy like that, that's an outstanding play.
1st and 10, Barr looks with an I formation again, hands off to Gibbs, and this time Gibbs goes nowhere. He is going to lose a yard on the play. Big DJ Perkle out of Frankfort, Illinois, the junior. A tackle for loss. That's got to make Jerry Kill a happy man.
Well, you watch DJ right here. This is all about leverage. It's all about leverage. He is pad under pad, pad under pad. Okay, when you're pad under pad, you give yourself a chance. Now you combine that with moving your feet. You know what? It's almost like a wrestling move, David. It's almost like a wrestling move.
That is Perkle's first tackle of the season for him. Didn't have any against Wisconsin. Expect a pass play here. Yes, Barr's going to throw. 3-step drop, finds his man, and that is going to be caught. Senatus is going to make the catch
little just right in the middle of 4 defenders. That tells you one thing. These two guys, Senatus and Barr, are on the same page. When you can thread the needle that way, you know one thing. That receiver knows exactly when to choke his motor down and settle between those 4 guys, knowing that Barr's going to deliver the ball. And, you know, basically that type of a play, Dave, that's almost like an elongated handoff. It's a safe pass if 2 guys are on the same page and know exactly what each other are going to do.
Saw a shot at Don Patterson, the head coach of Western Illinois. Barr, hands off, Gibbs again, makes a man miss. He will be knocked down, very close to a first down.
Jake Kaufman, number 54, the right end, broke through. He needed to break down and make the tackle. Coach Kill talked before the game about improving his tackle. Jake comes through. As soon as you get the heels depth of the offensive lineman, break down. Now become a linebacker. Come up, you've got to make that play. That could very well be for minus yards.
Yep, Schiller missed the tackle. Sobel made the tackle, but it moves the sticks. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line for Western Illinois.
Thus far, a very impressive product.
Barr out of the shotgun. Barr keeper after a fake to Gibbs. He's going to find the end zone. Touchdown, Leathernecks. Touchdown, Western Illinois. Very well-designed play, Bob.
Excellent, excellent execution. I mean, Western Illinois University, it almost looks, from a standpoint of execution, as mentioned, in mid-season form. You know, and you made reference to Don Patterson, the head football coach there. Here we go. Let's look at Barr real quick, and I'll come back to Coach Patterson. Good athleticism. Good athleticism. Great read, great play. Don Patterson is a disciple of the great Hayden Fry out of the University of Iowa. When you coach for Hayden Fry, you're going to know basic fundamentals football.
Egan's extra point attempt. So not this game at 7. It's up, and it is good. I think somebody got a paw on that. All right, we're locked up at 7. We got a good one here. Sit back, relax, watch some college football on CSN.
Men, we really got to get in them today. We're going to run 367 wide drag, ice cream soft. He's going to get here, and we're going to scoop him. Q, you look him off. The V over the top. Swallow the frog now. Swallow it, hit the post, and score. Now, has everybody got it? All right, let's go. Let's get after it.
Oh, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown right there.
NIU Husky football. No matter how you say it, there's only one way to experience it, live.
The show, dedicated to the sport of running, is back. Runners Ultimate Network is coming to Comcast Sportsnet. 2 shows dedicated to the Bank of America Chicago Marathon, Sunday, September 13th at 6 p.m. Runners Ultimate Network's Marathon Preview Show. Everything you need to know about the biggest race in the Midwest. This show will re-air throughout the month of September until October 11th. Stay tuned for more details about Runners Ultimate Network's Marathon Mayhem Monday night, October 12th. The runners are coming.
Every Friday night at 10:30, Comcast Sportsnet has the high school sports scene covered. Reports from Friday night's biggest matchups, highlights, and in-depth stories about programs making an impact in the Chicagoland area. High School Lights, presented by Farmers Insurance, every Friday night at 10:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Every Monday, don't miss Bears Recap on Comcast Sportsnet. You'll hear Lovie Smith's complete press conference following the big game. Plus, get injury reports, breaking news, and complete analysis with Dan Jiggets and Luke Canellis. Bears Recap, Mondays at 5 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
7-7, 8:28 left in the first quarter here in DeKalb as the sun is setting. It'll be dark in a little while, and a packed house here at Brigham Field at Husky Stadium. Matt Barr, a 14-yard run for the touchdown. That is the equalizer. Tranchatella going to make the catch again. He returned the last kick very effectively, and this one he'll knock out to right around the 37-yard line. Not too many kick returners also play linebacker in their spare time.
You can return a kick with a linebacker mentality. You've got a chance, my friend.
Yes, you do.
Because most of those guys running downfield are corners, safeties, smaller linebacker here.
Blow a couple people up.
Exactly.
As you go down the field.
It tells you a little bit about the kid. My guess is he probably went to Coach Kill's office and said, you know, Coach, with all due respect, I'd like to do this.
Harnish out of the gun, single back is Miko Brown. Miko gets the handoff, bumps into one of his own men, makes a man miss, makes a cutback. Miko across the 50 into Western Illinois territory, down to the 35. Bounced off his own man, bounced it out to the right side, and down the field, big gain, Miko Brown.
David, the whole deal about this play is this. All of a sudden, there is nothing. But what, right there, watch his feet, watch his feet. They keep moving, and he gets that burst. After that fumble, I think this young guy's on a mission right now. And he certainly is redeeming himself.
Mike Steeren up to make the tackle for WIU. It's a first down at the 35. Harnish hands off Miko Brown again. He'll dive into the line and gain absolutely nothing there.
David, my guess is right now.
Caroma in to make the tackle along with Franken.
Now this Caroma, this young guy made a stop at Penn State with Joe Paterno and did not keep distance pass. Now he's in Macomb, Illinois, getting another shot.
Getting another chance.
Let's watch the play action here. You get that run, that Miko Brown, you have to respect a guy like that. You detach the football, those linebackers come up, the secondary freezes. That's how you get behind that free safety.
Harnish under center. Got a receiver in motion. He's going to throw. He's looking, throwing, finds his man right at the 30-yard line. Landon Cox. No, not the former coach at King High School.
Somehow I knew that was going to come up when I was doing my homework for this game.
Landon Sonny Cox, one of the great high school basketball coaches in history of the state of Illinois.
This guy blocked 6 kicks his senior year in high school.
How about that?
6 kicks.
Think he's athletic? He got a little bit of a work ethic.
He ran track. He played basketball. Calumet City, Illinois, Thornton Fractional North High School.
Man in motion. Harnish out of the gun. He's going to throw, looks, throws, finds his man. Very close to a first down. We'll see where they spot this one. Moore made the catch. He put his heels right at the 25-yard line. We'll see if it's enough to move the sticks.
Made this play was blitz pickup. Watch the blitz come. Everybody's accounted for.
He's going to be just short. Northern Illinois says we're going for it.
Nice job of the blitz pickup there by the backs and the offensive line.
Miko Brown, handoff, he moves the sticks. Gets just what he needed, about a yard. Big NIU offensive line led by Eddie Adamski.
The one thing with a running back, he needed a yard, he got the yard. Don't try to make every run. When you need that yard and you're trying to move those sticks, don't try to get a shake that you're going to go downfield and score from 20 yards out. Get that first down, move those sticks. If you get a little more plus, a little more daylight, and you keep your feet going, then take off. But get that yard first.
Eddie Adamski, number 50. This is start number 39 in his great career, and he's on the Remington watch list for the best center in the country. Spann may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. I think they'll mark him a yard short. Patrick Stoudemire, who is a cousin of Salim and Damon Stoudemire, famous basketball players.
Now we're back to basketball again.
Yes, we
are. We're at Landon Cox, now we're with Stoudemire. I'm crediting that.
Facts are facts, baby.
All right.
Harnish out of the gun. Says something to his running back, Chad Spann, and now he's ready to orchestrate. Looks, throws, finds his man, driving, and it will be very close, and a flag comes in very late. Very late flag.
David, I mentioned earlier about the maturation of Chad Harnish. This young guy has developed as a quarterback. That little route right there, that you see, he looked to his left, looked off the defenders, came right back, put it right where it needed to be. These guys all summer, college football anymore, there's no time off. Look at that, right there, right between 3 receivers, defenders. Guys stay here all summer.
There's the mask right at the end. I mean, that's where you can get hurt. That was not the garden variety 5-yard kind when you look at it. Wow. First and goal, Huskies inside the 10, handed off Spann. Spann driving all the way down to the 2-yard line.
This is yet another isolation play. The fullback is going to isolate. He's going to isolate his block on a linebacker. The tailback is going to make his break off of the fullback's block. Fullback yet again in that situation, Kyle Scarp. We call a want-to guy, a running back that likes to block.
Western Illinois going with their big package inside because they've got a bunch of guys up there in this short yardage situation, anchored by Abe Karoma. Karoma originally out of Laurel Valley, Maryland, 315 pounds.
Brian Beckner, tight end, they're
6'3".
getting the call out of Bishop McNamara High School in Bourbonnais, Illinois,
where the Chicago Bears spend their summers training. Scarb, the lead blocker for Spann. They give it to Spann, and he is driving. He's into the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Northern Illinois.
Basically the same play we saw in the last play, except it was off to the right side here. Yet again, a great block by Kyle Scarp. And I mentioned pad level, getting pad under pad as a blocker, bringing your legs and being a finisher. He blocked that linebacker about 4 yards into the backfield. Watch this right here. Good start, good vision to find out who he's going to block. Bam-o! Wow. Oh, my goodness me. And then great effort by Spann. You know, I talk about pad level, David. That's when you become your own blocker. You keep your pads as a ball carrier under the pads of the defender.
Now that extra point does not count. I think we had a whistle stopping play, and we had a flag, I believe. Flag in the end zone, sitting right on the K in Huskies. We'll wait to get the call. Illegal substitution on the defense. Penalty declined, and they will re-kick. Salerno bangs it through, and it's a 14-7. Northern Illinois lead. 3:50 to go in the first. Jerry Kill is a happy man.
I'm a forensic scientist for the Illinois State Police.
I'm a demographics and mapping analyst.
I'm a feature reporter here at WGN TV.
All the NIU faculty had real-world experience that they translated into their classrooms.
The faculty at NIU are fantastic. They hooked me up with a great internship out at Fermilab.
I graduated from NIU 4 years ago. I'm at one of the top television stations in America.
I'm Kellen Hunter.
I'm Amanda Krompart.
I'm Marcus Leshock.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
Check it out. Plan for plan, you'll come out ahead with Cricket every time. Get all these unlimited features like talk, text, pics, web, and 411, plus national coverage on a 3G network from Cricket for just a penny more than T-Mobile. And right now, all Samsung phones are on sale, like the web-ready R211, free for a limited time. That's respect for your wallet. Cricket.
14-7, Northern Illinois over Western Illinois with 3:50 left here in the first half. Let's go down to Jim Blaney on the sideline. Jimmy.
David, I've just been kind of walking up and down the sidelines while the offenses for both teams have been on the field. And it's just interesting that the defenses are actually getting a lot of rest in this game because we've seen long drives, 3 possessions in a row. So really, it's almost like breaking a serve in a tennis match. Whatever defense can get off the field quickly might actually be able to tire out the other defense. It's going to be interesting to watch because even though it's a cool night, it is a little toasty here down in the field. Back to you.
Kick is taken right at the 4-yard line, and Northern Illinois does an excellent job on kick coverage. We've had a ton of action here in the first quarter. I mean, a ton. We've had turnovers galore. There's Chad Spann's first touchdown. There's a real nice job by Matt Barr on a fake, and then taking it 14 yards to the house. And then Spann says, I think I need another dose of touchdown. 14-7.
Well done, Cap.
Like that?
I loved it.
Barr hands off, Gibbs makes one-man miss, and he's tripped up right around the 25-yard line. Sobel came over from his safety spot and made the tackle right around the shoe top.
Well, I think this is a great call. It's a great change up here. Just a quick hitter. Started out to his left, come back to the right. I mean, that's what you see. When you see these offenses, they're so diverse. You talk about the spread, but you talk about Jerry Kill's offense. Talk about, the offense we hear with Don Patterson. There is so much to defend when you're a defensive coordinator.
Barr puts a man in motion. Hands it off to Gibbs again, and Gibbs tripped up. Real nice job. I think it was DJ Perkle in the backfield. Looks like he may be banged up a little bit. He is coming out. But I think he may have just hurt his hand. He made a real nice job.
Gibbs needed to stay closer to the block of the trapping guard. Right there. He took the ball out just a little bit too far. He stays inside. That trapping guard gets his man, and he may very well be off to the races. There's always a route. There's always a pattern. There's always a way that you are going to attack a marking point when you are a running back.
Third and call it a short 3. Barr gonna throw, puts it up, finds his man. Rito makes the catch. Move the sticks to the 35-yard line. Justin Rito made the grab.
David, Matt Barr is listed at 6 feet 2 inches tall. He plays taller. Look at that high release. He is the real deal. This young guy's got a 3.8 GPA, and he won the Gateway Commissioner's Academic Excellence Award. That's the guy I want to call my plays.
Rito has a brother looking for work right now. He had a real good camp, but just didn't have any room for him on the Bears roster. Brandon Rito, an excellent football player. In fact, I was down in Bourbonnais. I thought he was the best receiver I saw on the field that day. I'm a big Brandon Rito fan. He'll get a job. Released on the last cut by the Chicago Bears.
A lot of times, if you're going to get cut, it's better to get cut just a little bit earlier.
So you have some time to hook on.
So you have some time to hook on. That last cut is tough, although right now, with computers and the way pro scouting offices operate, it's tough to get overlooked.
A 2nd and 4 for Barr and company. He's going to throw, 3-step drop, finds his man, but this one is going to be blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Real nice job. Spate made the catch, and a gang of red shirts led by Sobel came over to knock him down.
This is what's called pursuit. Relentless pursuit. Great defenses pursue well to the football. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys around the football. That's what you have to have. You practice that. You achieve in football what you emphasize. You run a pursuit drill every day.
Third and 5 at the 39. Barr drops, throws, finds his man. Football may have come out. They're going to call it incomplete, but a flag flies. Barr's pass incomplete, but a flag flies. We'll find out what it is. Pass interference on Northern Illinois. Justin Morgan was the intended receiver. We'll see if we can see on a replay where the interference comes from.
Matt Barr, great quick release.
Kyrie Daniels, I believe, was the man they called the penalty on.
That's a tough call right there, my friend.
Barr 6 of 8, 52 yards.
One of the things, he's sitting in the pocket right there. He had one place to throw that football. He started to feel that pressure from behind. Got rid of the ball really quick. That's the instinct that great quarterbacks have.
Barr keeps it, fakes a pitch, and will run it just across the 50-yard line in the Northern Illinois territory. Schiller, 53, rolled over from his middle linebacker spot to make the hit.
Well, here we go again with a spread offense. We saw a quick hitter. Now we see an option play. You can tell they don't run that option play an awful lot because the relationship between the pitchback, and the quarterback, way too far away.
All right, we've got to take a timeout. Don't you go away. We got a good one here. Northern Illinois, a 14-7 lead. 1 quarter play is in the books.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky country. VCB is the official site for NIU athletics, featuring the NIU Husky logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logo gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or fan of NIU athletics, the Village Commons bookstore is your official Husky headquarters. Visit us at the stadium on game day or at our store in DeKalb at 901 Lucinda or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
Men, we really got to get in him today. We're going to run 367 wide drag, ice cream soft. He's going to get here and we're going to scoop him. Q, you look him off. The V over the top. Swallow the frog now. Swallow it, hit the post and score. Now, has everybody got it? All right, let's go. Let's get after it.
Oh, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown right there.
NIU Husky football. No matter how you say it, there's only one way to experience it, live.
See Wrigley Field like you never have before. Take a 90-minute behind-the-scenes tour of this legendary ballpark. Now, Chicago Trolley offers convenient transportation to and from Wrigley Field. Purchase tickets by calling 1-800-THE-CUBS or by visiting Cubs.com.
Are you going to the game or looking for a place to watch it? The Captain Morgan Club on Addison and Sheffield is calling your name. Open year-round with 30 flat-screen TVs and an outdoor patio. Come to the Captain Morgan Club to watch the Cubs and every sporting event. Tickets or no tickets, we're calling all captains.
NIU football at Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by University Plaza, the NIU bookstore, Air One Wireless, American National Bank of DeKalb County, and NIUHuskies.com. All right, Western Illinois on a 2nd and 4 as we begin the 2nd quarter of play here in DeKalb, Illinois. Barr hands off to Gibbs. Gibbs puts his head down, drives his legs, driving. He will have enough to move the chains for a Western Illinois first down. Real nice job by Gibbs. Take a look at first quarter stats. Brought to you by our friends at Kishwaukee Community Hospital.
I mean, this is about what I thought it would be. Total
Can't
yards.
get much more even than
my
what
goodness.
you see there. 119 to 118.
Unbelievable. But you know what you're seeing, two well-coached football teams, total yards. You know, 1 turnover in the first quarter from each team, and that was that back-to-back deal right there.
1st and 10 at the 44. Barr drops, looks, throws, puts some air under it, and misses his man. He was looking for Senatus and couldn't get him. Let's go to Jim Blaney on the sidelines. Jimmy.
Dave and Bob, those last 2 plays, DJ Perkle was back in the lineup for Northern Illinois. He suffered some sort of upper arm injury. The trainers worked on. He's back in the field. He's also part of Illinois high school football history. He played high school football, Lincoln Way East. There, and DJ was there when they did this. They are the only Illinois high school to make the state playoffs in their first year of varsity existence. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. A 2nd and 10 at the NIU 44. Twin backs out of a shotgun set. Barr, deep drop, looks, throws, dumps it over the middle. And I believe it was Gableman who dropped it.
How many times have you heard me say you catch a football with your eyes, not your hands?
You heard Tommy Waddle say that.
Well, no, I didn't. Tommy Waddle heard me say that, okay? He starts to look upfield rather than look the football in. Watch, just a little bit. I'm just that little fraction of a second. Secure the football, put it away, 2 hands on the ball, tuck it away, and then start to turn upfield and turn the shoulder opposite the nearest defender. This has been a little bit of a pitch and catch with Matt Barr with his receivers as well as the back out of the backfield. I think he's going to get ready here to put one downfield.
Barr ducks under center. A lot of different looks out of this WIU offense. Deep drop, looking, pressured, steps up, evades a sack, and now will be dragged down. Real nice job by Northern Illinois putting a ton of pressure on, and Alan Baxter roared up from behind and made the tackle.
this is where you talk about a defensive lineman that has a great motor. He runs past the play. He adjusts. He comes back and makes the tackle. Those are the guys. On Monday, when you're looking at the film, those are the guys that gain all the respect from the rest of those guys in that defensive staff.
Tommy Davis is deep. Western Illinois going to punt the football away. First punt we've seen today. This one is going to hit right at the 1 and check up like a sand wedge. Let's see where they mark it. Did it hit the goal line or not? I think they're going to say right at the 2. What a phenomenal punt.
Understand, it's not where the receiver or the player going downfield touches the football, where his foot touches. It's where the football goes. At the college game, you could actually have your foot on the line or in the end zone and push the ball back, provided the ball hasn't broken the play. Here it is.
Kretschmer makes the catch.
Excellent.
And that's where they will down it. And so Northern Illinois will be backed up. Oh, they're going to call it a touchback now, Bob. They did call it a touchback.
Well, then the football had to break the plane.
Miko Brown takes the handoff from Harnish, keeps his feet moving, and breaks a tackle. Miko Brown, will they catch him up the sideline? Miko Brown to the 30, ushered out at the 20. A big, big play. Miko Brown, Kretschmer caught him, but a huge run for Northern Illinois.
Cap, for a basketball guy, you are learning, because the one thing you said is he went into the line of scrimmage, he keeps his feet moving. That's as long as those feet are moving, you got a chance. Keep those shoulders square. Now it's just a foot race. Good push up front. Watch the cut. Watch him come out of there. Shoulders square. Turning, churning, getting that extra yard.
60 yards on the run for Miko Brown. Now an empty backfield. 4 receiver set for Northern Illinois. Harnish looking, throws, has his man. That's a touchdown. Northern Illinois. Chad Spann's 3rd of the ball game. Give him 6.
David, this is an unbelievable call. You would think Northern Illinois would have come back to the running game, okay? Instead, they line up, straight drop back. The secondary and the corners come up from Western Illinois University. Nice throw. Great call. Outstanding call.
Real good throw. And Spann has 3 first-half touchdowns. Extra point out of Salerno is good. First receiving TD of his career for Chad Spann. 3rd time he's hit pay dirt tonight. Huskies by 14 in DeKalb.
So far, it has saved us over $70,000.
When we go to purchase something, we always think of Direct Buy first.
If you live on the East Coast, West Coast, or anywhere in between, there is now a way for you to buy virtually everything you need for your home without paying traditional retail store markups. You'll save up to 50% and more off the items you need for your home and family. Join the hundreds of thousands from across North America who are already saving more than ever at Direct Buy.
When we found out that we could save this money, Direct Buy was the only way to go.
Not expecting to be rich. I'm going to be middle class the rest of my life. And to me, this was a very easy way to live above my means.
Act now. Call the number on your screen to receive your free visitor's pass to your local Direct Buy showroom. Plus, you'll receive a free copy of the Insider's Guide to Buying Direct. You do have an alternative to retail store markup. Call to get your free visitor's pass and learn how to be a member of Direct Buy. Call now.
12:35 left, 2nd quarter here in DeKalb, Illinois. Brigham Field at Husky Stadium. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, Jim Blaney with you. Scoring drive, all of 2 plays. It was a big run, 60 yards to Miko Brown. Spann catches the touchdown from Harnish, and the Huskies a 14-point lead. They put it back in play. Western Illinois will start right around their 36-yard line or so.
Now, David, I think this is just a great call by the offensive line coach, and he's also the offensive coordinator, Matt Limegrover. I mean, my goodness, never, ever did Western Illinois expect that to be a pass play. They were playing quarterback draw the whole way. Let me tell you about this Lime Grover guy now. He's the offensive line coach. Does a great job at that. He's also the offensive coordinator. And guess where he has his degree from? The University of Chicago.
I'd say he's a highly intelligent young man.
I'll bet he is.
Wow.
Jerry Gill's staff has got some great personalities.
And no turnover from last year to this year. Barr stumbles, may have stepped on the foot of one of his linemen. Down he goes. It will go down as a sack, I think, for Brian Lawson. I think he will be credited with a sack, maybe Sean Kroger. We'll see if we can get a look at it again. I think, yeah, he got his foot stepped on.
Got his foot stepped on.
There come two red shirts saying that's an easy sack. By the way, shout out Northwestern Athletic Director Jim Phillips, former AD here, out watching the football game. His Cats won today, and he's still a big Husky fan. Hello to Dr. Jim Phillips. Great guy. Gibbs takes the handoff, goes airborne, and is knocked down right around the 33 or 34 yard line. We'll see where they spot it.
You know, right now, as I'm watching the Leathernecks, there's no continuity to their offense right now. It's a little bit of grab bag. Matt Barr's going to have to generate some offense here, throw the ball downfield, run the ball a bit more. This is a fundamental isolation play off of a draw fake. Good job right there by Max Dancer. The center pulled around and came around.
3rd and 9 at the 32. Deuce backfield out of a shotgun. Barr. Looking, slings it, and it is dropped. Had his man wide open. Rito couldn't reel it in. Went right through his fingertips.
That's just what I was talking about. They had a chance here for a big play. Move the sticks. That guy's got to make that. He has to make that catch. And my guess is 9 out of 10 times he does. You mentioned Jim Phillips, stand-up guy, as we used to say in the neighborhood. And in my opinion, they just don't come any better.
Quality guy.
Weber High School.
He's got his PhD. You talk about academics.
He didn't get that from Weber, though. Maybe from Fenwick. Yeah.
Western will punt it away again. Tommy Davis, the deep man for Northern Illinois. And that one will bounce. He'll pick it up. Whistles blow.
I mean, he waved everybody off. There's a call there. In other words, you know, be alert, because the ball's bouncing around. Because guys coming back that are settling back, they don't see the football. They're turning and running. He sees the football. The one thing, if I were he on that player, he'll be coached when he comes off by the special teams coach. Might want to let that one go.
10:50 to go in the second quarter. Northern Illinois, a 21-7 lead. Coming up after our game, real good football game, Purdue and Oregon. And Oregon has lost their star running back after a fight in the Boise State game. Real sad situation. And now they'll go back to work and see what they can do. That was an ugly incident. I don't know if you saw it, Bobby.
I did. It should have never happened.
Handoff, Miko Brown tries to turn a corner, tries to pick his way. He is going to lose probably a yard. We'll see where they spot it. May lose half a yard.
That was an outstanding job right there by the Leatherneck front. Good push, good pad under pad, good pad level. Changed the direction of the offensive lineman from Northern Illinois. Got him going back just a little bit. Now the linebackers find their spot. They go in there and they clean up. That's good defense.
Steering, a 235-pound defensive lineman. That's one of the differences you see when you get to the FCS level. It's just a little bit smaller size on those line guys. Miko Brown nearly fumbled it, was able to reel it in. He'll get knocked out of bounds, and a flag's going to fly. Late hit, way out of bounds. 15 yards, move the chains. Ed Roberts made the hit, but you watch the hit on the replay, Bobby. This one is way out of bounds.
This is where coaches grab assistant coaches.
I think they're going to get Cody Reardon.
Talk to that guy about this. Oh,
who did they get on the hit? Ed Roberts.
Ed Roberts. I mean, when he's a senior, that's a freshman mistake. He's a senior. He's got to understand. You know, you talk basketball terms, knowing where you're at on the court. Football's the same deal. You got to know where you're at on the field. It hurts your football team.
Harnish barks out signals. Span now in at tailback. Harnish looks, slings it, fires, has his man right near midfield. We'll see where they spot forward progress. I'm guessing somewhere just north of the 49-yard line. Glazer came over and made the hit for Western.
When you talk to pro scouts, you're talking about guys that have all the throws. What are all the throws? Threading the needle on a hook pattern.
Deep
a
out.
Little dump, the deep out, everything. Harnish has all the throws. He's a complete quarterback. And combine that with some of his underestimated athleticism and speed, you get a special guy here.
Harnish ducks under center under Eddie Adamski, hands off Span. The pile will move and he will be knocked down just inside Western Illinois territory, bringing up a third and about 3.5.
Now you talk about depth at the tailback
Steering
position.
again over to make the tackle.
Depth at the tailback position. You keep one guy fresh with fresh legs. You can alternate a Chad Span and a Miko Brown. That is a huge upside for your offense.
We'll look at the Husky sideline. They'll call it 3rd and 3, maybe a long 3. Harnish. Fakes, play action, looks, throws, finds his man, and it's broken up. And here comes a flag. Pass interference going to be called. Nathan Palmer was the intended receiver. And I think they're going to get Kyle Theory, number 15. That's who it'll be.
Nathan Palmer knew that immediately. If he'd had a flag in his pocket, he'd have thrown it. Now, this young guy, Nathan Palmer, he's an interesting young guy. He's from Elkhart Central High School in Elkhart, Indiana. You know what he aspires to be, David? A singer. You know what he did at the halftime of a Husky basketball game? Sang the national anthem, and I heard he was really good.
Really?
Yes.
Are you a singer?
No. Not at all.
We'll look at Western Illinois' head coach, Don Patterson.
Graduate of the United States Military Academy, was the #1 cadet in his class.
And a protege of Hayden Fry. Harnish. Quarterback draw on the delay, and he will move it, and the football may have come out. Western saying they've got it. We'll see what the call is.
When in doubt,
they're giving it to Western Illinois.
When in doubt around the pile, point in the direction of your team.
Do you think that has any effect on the official
No,
whatsoever?
not at all. And I watched Adam Kill. He kind of came in there a little bit late, big offensive tackle. He said, hey, everybody's pointing in one direction.
All right, let's
I'm gonna
take
do
a
the
look
same
again
thing.
here on the replay. See if you can see where the ball comes out. Ooh, I don't know.
I
Tough
think
to
he was
tell.
down. I thought he was down, David.
Very tough to tell. We are going to take a timeout. Don Patterson's looking over his play calling card. We'll find out what happens when we come back. 21-7 NIU.
I'm a forensic scientist for the Illinois State Police.
I'm a demographics and mapping analyst.
I'm a feature reporter here at WGN TV.
All the NIU faculty had real-world experience that they translated into their classrooms.
The faculty at NIU are fantastic. They hooked me up with a great internship out at Fermilab.
I graduated from NIU 4 years ago. I'm at one of the top television stations in America.
I'm Kellen Hunter.
I'm Amanda Krompart.
I'm Marcus Leshock.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
Go beyond the box score with Cy Young Award winner Steve Stone.
I've said that the Cubs are going to win the division all along.
Watch Chicago Tribune Live and Sports Night Weekly for baseball insight from the man who played on both sides of town.
I believe in Kenny Williams' mind. Every year is a year where you go after a championship. I've always said that anger is a luxury that a pitcher can't afford because it distorts your perceptions. That personifies Carlos Zambrano.
Steve Stone, every week on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. after every Bears game.
Game ends, you flip over to Comcast Sportsnet. Every single week, you watch Bears postgame live as Dan Jiggets, Jerry Azuma, and Jim Miller break down the game with me.
Expert analysis.
They're shooting out and getting into the zone.
That's the MO. That's the blueprint. That's what you have to do.
Linebackers have to basically step up if they're in the zone coverage.
Press conferences and player interviews.
What does it taste like, Jigs?
Victory. It all starts September 13th after the Bears season opener, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
21-7, this play is under review, and let's take another look at it. Bobby, I think that Chandler Harnish's knee is down before the football comes out.
So do I. I think this play will be overturned. I think it'll be the Huskies football. Watch
His knee is down right.
It's right. It's down. He still has possession.
Right there.
Knee is down. He still has possession. Now the ball starts to come out. The knee is well down.
Yeah, I think they will overturn this call.
How about the camera work, David? How about our camera guys? Great
right
job.
On top of it.
Great job, guys. I like the look. This one. This is the best shot of it.
Right now. Football still in his arm.
Yeah.
Some people don't like replay. I like replay. If you've got the technology, use it.
Provided the technology is consistent and provided the time to determine whether the play should be overturned is consistent.
I agree.
I mean, we could have gone to Sycamore right now, took a look around and came back before these guys make this decision. I know they want to get it right, but I think when it starts to get into, an inordinate amount of time, it slows the momentum down of one team or the other. I think he was down. I think this will be overturned.
Ball is overturned. Northern gets the ball back.
David, on this particular play, watch your man, Jason Unibuago, the big guard, turning and getting upfield. A big guy in space that can block like that's at a premium. This guy's down. I mean, Harnish is down. He's down. Never a doubt. We had that decision a little quicker up here.
We did. 65 is my guy, my favorite line.
I know he is your favorite lineman.
Unibuago.
Indianapolis Warren Central High School offensive lineman of the year last year with the Huskies, and that's saying something.
Handoff Span makes a guy miss, and he will be knocked down right around the 24-yard line. Kretschmer came over from his linebacker spot and put a hit on him.
You know the great thing about the depth at this running back position, aside from the obvious, they are like running backs. They have like talents. So when one is in the game, you could do the things basically as though the other one were in the game. And that is a big advantage.
Sticks move at the 24. Out of the gun. Chandler Harnish. Going to hand it off to Span. Instead, he's going to keep it. He's going to be knocked down at the 10. That's the same play they ran for the touchdown on the first drive, Bobby.
I'm glad you're not my linebacker, because I'd have gone after Span, too. That was a great play. Watch this. It's all about the fake. It's all about the fake. You know, you practice those things, the fundamentals. A complete quarterback fakes. You know, there's a hard fake and what we call a cheap fake. That right there is a hard fake. In other words, he's going to put it in the midsection of the back and then detach it. That is a lot of draw on the linebackers.
Span trying to sniff the end zone and punch it in for the fourth time this half.
David, football is a game where you set things up. You set one play up and come back with the other play. That play right there where he handed the ball to Span was the same play that he detached with last time. It's important for him after that to carry out his fake. He carries out his fake. He gets those linebackers running that way, and that's a lot less than Span has to deal with. Timeout here by the officials. Northern Illinois.
NIU is going to take a timeout. We're going to take one with them. We've got 6:39 to go first half. When we come back, it's a second and 8 with the Huskies up by 14.
College life is great, but aren't you sick of living in cramped spaces, lack of privacy, ramen noodles? At University Plaza, we can help. It's like a Chicago high-rise with a friendly family feel. From enjoying the pleasures of private bathrooms and a restaurant-style food court, to keeping fit in a fully equipped fitness center, to lounging in the pool or hot tub. Experience so much more for less than what you might think. If you've never been here, you owe it to yourself to check us out. University Plaza, big city atmosphere in the heart of NIU.
Good stuff, huh?
Whoa, that's the last wing.
Yeah. Did you want it?
If you insist.
Not so fast, Jerry. Now, this should be based on merit, and I am the official spokesman of Wingstop.
Well, that's right. You keep talking about them, and I'll keep eating them.
Nobody does wings quite like Wingstop. Whether it's regular or boneless, they're always sauced and tossed fresh with every order in one of our 9 exciting flavors. It's no wonder we're selling over 1 million wings a day. Wingstop, the wing experts.
6:39 to go, second quarter. NIU on a drive, trying to go up by 21. Place is packed with red and black. A great crowd. Sold out here in DeKalb. Empty seats are very scarce in here. The game is a sellout. See a couple of scattered chairs open. That's it. Empty backfield. Harness keeps, will run it inside the 5-yard line.
You know, I mentioned this about Harness last year. He is a quarterback, but when he gets in-line play, in other words, he gets to the line of scrimmage, he's like a fullback. I'll bet you, David, he is big in the weight room. 6'2", 213 pounds, only a sophomore. You know, and credit Jerry Kill, David. With the transition from Joe Novak to Jerry Kill, you see college programs all over the country. Guys quit, guys complain, guys transfer, this and that. There was none of that here. And that's a credit to Joe Novak as well as it is to Jerry Kill.
Harness looking, throws, got his man! Touchdown, give him 6, Northern Illinois. Scheffler, number 87, makes the catch, wide open. And the Huskies, pending a PAT, will go up by 21.
It flooded the zone to the right, and it sent him back across the formation underneath. The linebackers, the pre-safety, and the corner of that side all came over to the right side of the offense, right side of the Northern offense. He sneaks out the back, and there he is all alone. You know, David, those catches that are the obvious catches, there's not a defender around you, and it feels like it takes forever
to get the ball there. First career TD for Scheffler. Jim Blaney's on the sideline.
David, it's really been amazing to watch the job the Northern Illinois offensive line has done about the last 3 series, and it seems like every time they come off the field, they have a more confident look in their face, and Bob knows this as well. The offensive linemen, they're the smart guys. They sit there and talk about, all right, here's what we're doing, here's what we can do, but really the last couple of series, it's just been brute force. They've been dominating the line, and they are a confident bunch right now. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. A very confident bunch. Number 50 right there, the anchor, the center, Eddie Adamski. This is a good O-line.
Well, now, Jim mentioned smart bunch. I'm talking about a smart bunch, okay? Left tackle, high school captain, honor roll student. Left guard, high school captain, honor roll student. Center, high school captain, 3-1 Adamski in engineering. The right guard, 3.28 in sociology. The right tackle, a 3.3 GPA in accounting. These are a bunch of smart guys.
You were like a 3.5, weren't you, when you added your 2 semesters together?
That was my 40 time.
Kickoff will be brought back by Western Illinois, and they're going to start with it right around the 28, 29-yard line.
Well, but David, a bunch of these offensive linemen were
Stoudemire who brought that kick back for Western.
Were recruited by Joe Novak's staff, and I'm not. And Jerry Kill would agree with this statement, I'm sure. He wants to bring guys in that mold, guys that are going to be leaders in the community, guys that are going to go to class, guys that are going to do good things. The Northern Illinois football team, okay, won an award this year, the Community Service Award for all sports under the Husky Athletics.
Pretty good.
And
very
almost
impressive.
a 2.9 GPA overall.
Barr looking, pressured, steps up, evades a sack. He'll find his man, but it's going to be a very short gain. Gibbs makes the catch. Schiller from his middle linebacker spot among a gang of red shirts making the tackle.
Here's good poise. He's under
Corey
duress.
Hansen also there.
He's under duress, but you know what? It is 28-7, okay? You haven't moved the football downfield. That little 3-yard pitch and catch is not going to be the answer to get back in this football game.
Barr out of the gun. Steps back, deep drop, looking, pressured, throws, finds his man Gibbs. Gibbs will be knocked down right around the 36 or 37-yard line. Baxter, again, the big D lineman, down the field to make a tackle, Bobby.
Well, that's what I mentioned pursuit before. You got to have these big guys that can run. You look at the great teams in college football right now. The difference is those big guys up front that can run. Now watch the pursuit here. You're going to end up seeing 6, 7, 8, 9 of those Husky helmets around that football. Credit Jerry Gill and his staff, because again, pursuit is the hallmark of any great defense.
3rd and 1. They're going to run the football. They're going to hand it to Gibbs, and he's going to move the sticks. Hand it to your money back, and he delivers.
Give it to your best back over your best offensive lineman. But again, they've got, right now, they got to get into a hurry. I mean, they've got to get on the board. They've got to get something going here, not only from a pure physical standpoint and a pure score standpoint, but from a mental standpoint. I mean, they're in the huddle, 4:05. Get it going. Run some hurry.
Progar rolled over and made the tackle for the Huskies. Huskies 4-down linemen. They're attacked for 3. Barr looking, going deep, down the field. Going to overthrow his man.
Great coverage. Great coverage across the field.
Senatus was the intended man, but he overthrew him.
You know, one of the things Northern Illinois right now, you're ahead 28-7. You don't give up the big play. You play just a little bit softer in the secondary, keep everything inside and in front of the defense, and you've got a chance. Good coverage.
Real nice job by Chris Smith. We'll look at him. He's got hair like Troy Polamalu almost.
Troy was hurt the other day.
Yeah, hurt his MCL out 3 to 6.
Maybe one of the great football players in the NFL today.
Barr, deep drop, looking, slings it, got his man. Rito makes the catch. Smith makes the tackle. That will move the chains for Western Illinois. The clock at 3:40.
Good throw, good catch, great route. He has a strong arm, baby.
It's interesting to watch how he throws it, too. He kind of slings it.
You know, I hear a lot of that when we're talking to pro scouts and that. And if he gets the ball away, quickly, and he gets the ball away accurately, you know, some of the nuances of particular arm motion are a little different than others. I have no problem with it.
Barr's going to keep it. Barr will be knocked down. He fights his way out to the 40, we'll call it the 38-yard line. He'll be across the 40, I think is where they're going to spot it.
They've got 3 timeouts to work with also.
They will spot it at just short of the 38-yard line of Northern Illinois.
Okay, now
Brandon Bice over to make the tackle.
Now, I mentioned a little bit earlier about maybe playing sitting back just a little bit. Now, if they have success, Western has success. Northern's got, you know, try a couple different things here. It almost comes at a time where, you know what, we might send a couple guys here. Play a little man-to-man coverage on this wide receiver.
Barr, deep drop, pressured, rolling. Can he get away? Tosses it down the field and just misses his man. But flags fly in the secondary. We may have an interference call. Rito may have been interfered with. Defensive holding. Alan Baxter again was the man in pursuit of a sack. There's the throw. The hold came just up the field.
Good pass rush, good touch on the ball. In reality, that ball should have been caught also.
That's the second one off Rito's hands.
Surprises me a bit. Known as a sure-handed receiver.
First and 10 at the Husky 28-yard line. Gibbs the single back. Barr steps up, and now he stumbles, and he will fall down right at the line of scrimmage. He thought about tucking and running. He thought about throwing, and then Freddie Keebler, the turf elf, knocked him down.
Just as you said, David, thought about thinking of throwing it again. Nope, goes down.
Freddie Keebler popped up out of the turf and got him.
The one thing I worry about the quarterback, when he starts upfield, he starts pumping. Put that football away. Play another play. I mean, once you get past the line of scrimmage, that hand pumping with the football is going to do anybody any good.
New turf down here at Husky Stadium, Brigham Field. Barr looking, fires, has his man. Be a gain of about, they'll call it probably 6. Justin Morgan made the catch, slid to the ground. Clock ticking at 1:20. We'll drip toward a minute here.
With 3 timeouts left.
On a 3rd and 4 situation at the NIU 22-yard line.
Am I accurate, David, in the 3 timeouts?
3 timeouts left for Western, 2 timeouts left for Jerry Kill in Northern Illinois. Barr drops, looks, flushed, finds a man, slings it over, and I think Morgan made the catch, and they're going to spot it right around the 22. So really nothing gained on that play, Bob. So a 4th down. Do you take the points down 21?
No. I'm first of all, I want to move the sticks. I'm not going to throw the ball into the end zone, but I do want to get the 1st down.
So you don't take the field goal?
No, I'm not going to take the field goal here. Not in this situation. You're down 28-7. I want to get on the scoreboard. I want to move the sticks. And now, if I'm Northern Illinois, what I'm saying is, you've kind of got a double-edged sword here. Because if they come out, he's going to obviously throw the football or run a quarterback draw. I don't know. But at the same time, you keep the football inside and in front, and you defend the 1st down. But if you defend the 1st down totally, you've got a chance of Barr throwing the ball behind you. But they've been a pitch-and-catch type of offense. And this right now, 4th and 5 for them, should be a perfect situation with those quick slants and those quick hooks. The main thing Northern Illinois has to do now, regardless of what the play is to tackle and pursue and keep the football inside the framework of the defense.
Jeff Phelps, the defensive line coach, very animated with his guys. Coming up at the half, Dr. John Peters, great president here at Northern Illinois. We're going to talk with Jim Blaney. We'll have stats, we'll have highlights, and a whole lot more wisdom from Coach Bob Cannell.
Stand by.
4th and 4, as Coach said. They're going to go for it. He looks, goes toward the end zone, and it is incomplete. Northern Illinois going to take over. So, Coach, you called the pass, but they decided to take a shot at Morgan.
If you're going to throw that pass should not be thrown that way. If you're going to throw it, you're going to throw it up in the air and make it a jump ball, which it should be. The quarterback's on that page. The wide receiver is not. They have to play in a quarter. Now you're going to go in with 34 seconds, 28-7, and you still got 2 timeouts left on the board. I say in that situation, you move the sticks, you throw a 6 or a 5-yard pass, and if it doesn't work, you play another day.
Northern Illinois will go into their protect formation, and that will end our 1st half of play. A good half for the Huskies. 3 Chad Spann touchdowns, and a 28-7 lead, Northern Illinois over Western Illinois. Real effective job offensively. A good half for Chandler Harnish. And the defense, after giving up a long drive for a touchdown, buckles down and has done a very good job against Matt Barr, who came into this game, if you'll remember, having thrown for well over 400 yards a week ago. The Husky dog out there in the end zone. The players give him a little pat. and say we'll be back in a little while for the second half. Let's go down to Jim Blaney with Jerry Kill.
All right, David, thank you very much. Your offensive line in that first half, it sure seemed like they just kept picking up momentum and picking up momentum. Is that one of the parts of the game you're most pleased with?
Well, the biggest thing, they propose a lot of problems with what they do up front. And, you know, early in the game, we handled it pretty good. Towards the end of the second quarter there, I think they did a pretty good job, and then we opened up, throw the ball a little bit more. But we're going to have to keep them off bounds because they're a good defensive football team.
Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half. David, back to you.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. We have some halftime festivities. As I said, Jim will talk with Dr. John Peters, president of Northern Illinois University. Fans will get some refreshments. Jerry Kill will prep his guys for the second half. And we will have football for you coming up. Second half action around the corner. NIU 28, Western Illinois 7.
Hey Husky fans, shop online for all the latest Husky merchandise at niubookstore.niu.edu. We carry the best brands: Gear, Jansport, Russell, Vantage, Zephyr, and more. Shop any of our 3 locations: the Home Student Center, the Convocation Center, and our newest location at the Barcema Alumni and Visitor Center. Open 3 hours before game time for every home game. For the best Husky gear selection and prices, stop by today or shop online at niubookstore.niu.edu. That's niubookstore.niu.edu.
Larry English, you were just selected in the first round by San Diego in the Pro Football Draft. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to Fatty's.
Fatty's Pub and Grill in DeKalb is your official NIU pre- and post-game headquarters. Whether you're catching a game on our high-definition big screens or enjoying some of our famous grilled food in our beer garden, Fatty's is the place to be. It's all at Fatty's Pub and Grill, located just south of Husky Stadium on West Lincoln Highway in DeKalb.
With Cricket Wireless, you can talk and text all you want whenever you want. And right now, you can do it for even less than before. Cricket's $45 plan is now just a flat rate of $40 a month, with national coverage included with any rate plan you choose. Cricket has no contracts to sign or overages. Just call 1-800-355-0591. Click mycricket.com or come in today. Right now, all Samsung phones are on sale, like the web-ready R211, free for a limited time. Get respect for your wallet. Cricket.
Every weekday morning, wake up with the Monsters in the Morning.
When did you start slow down? The last year or two?
Since I was about 6. Yeah. The Bears have been notorious, always strong defenses, run the football, and you know Jay's a thrower, so how that's going to mix, I don't know.
Traffic, weather, sports, and a whole lot of fun.
Back after these.
Monsters in the Morning, every weekday morning from 6 to 9 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Thursday nights, get ready for the most in-depth coverage on your Chicago Bears. Join Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Grossinger, with Bears star running back Matt Forte, defensive end Alex Brown, and 85 Bear Tom Thayer, as they break down every angle before the weekend's big matchup. Get analysis from the primary source, your Chicago Bears. Plus, this all-star crew answers questions directly from you, the Chicago Bears fan. Don't miss Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Grossinger, Thursday nights at 11, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Halftime in DeKalb, Northern Illinois, in their home opener, leading Western Illinois by a score of 28-7. Jim Blaney here at halftime, and I'm joined by the president of Northern Illinois University, Dr. John Peters. And we're enjoying a football game here, but I think it's important for the fans to hear a little bit about what's going on with education in the state of Illinois, because what happens at public universities like Northern Illinois, like Western Illinois for that matter, is greatly impacted by what happens in Springfield. And the budget impasse over the summer is really causing some difficulties in budgeting. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, particularly our oldest aid program for our neediest students, the Monetary Award Program, the MAP program. There's 137,000 recipients, and there was another 130,000 who wanted aid but missed the deadline. And what has happened because of our budget situation, that money has been cut in half. So there's 137,000 students right now at universities who will not who have funding for this semester, but in the spring it drops to zero. It drops off the table. And it's not just the public institutions, it's also the private institutions. Loyola and DePaul, all of us, 137,000 students. And unless something happens in Springfield in the fall during veto session to put that back, we stand the chance of having 137,000 students leave their educational experience. I can't think of anything that would have more of a negative impact on our state long-term and our economy.
And just to clarify, that 137,000 students, that's all across the state of Illinois, correct?
That's all across the state of Illinois. At our institution, NIU, we have 5,000 of our 18,000 freshmen that have some sort of MAP money, and many of them have the full amount. This is true of every university, both public and private, and the community colleges.
Let's talk a little bit, too, about the job of a university president, because in addition to having to watch what's going on at your university, you're also very involved in the political process, watching the bills that go through Springfield as well. So, you know, explain how your job works, because that's something you have to watch very carefully. From time to time, you do go to Springfield, correct?
Oh yeah, I spent a lot of time in Springfield because there are 9 four-year public institutions and research institutions, and the people of the state have, for over 150 years, have invested in us and invested in their future. And so universities are called upon to educate the next generation of teachers and doctors and lawyers, and because of that, all the presidents are actively engaged in public policy and making the case for these young people.
And in addition to doing all that, you're also on the Division I Board of Directors, and you're also on the NCAA Executive Council. What are the issues in this academic year, 09-10, that are facing the NCAA that the NCAA is really keeping an eye on?
Yeah, well, the NCAA, there are a couple issues that are of concern to us. One is the, I'd say, the over-commercialization of big-time college athletics, and the misuse of our student athletes. That's of great concern to us. We've made great progress on academic reform. Our students are going to class and graduating and doing well. We're also concerned about sportsmanship and fan behavior. In sportsmanship, I already see this year we've seen some pretty bad examples, and I'd like to say that I think that's rare, but it's something we focus on. So those are some of the issues that the NCAA is focusing on this year.
I'm going to guess that one of the things that the NCAA talks about and the university presidents talk about is, where does this come from? In the discussions you've had with other university presidents, why do you think that we see things like we saw in the Oregon-Boise State game?
Well, I think, first time, collegiate athletics, basketball, March Madness. I mean, our country really loves competitive sports. And if you want to draw a crowd, have a good football game or a good basketball game. Oh, the other thing I think that has happened is, for our young men and women who identified at an early age as, you know, really having outstanding academic talent, I don't know if they're getting the best guidance. And I think that leads to a situation where their life depends on whether they get in the NFL or the NBA. And let's face it, it's an extremely small percentage of young men and women who could make it in professional sports. And that's why the presidents are concerned, making sure that our student athletes get an education first.
To wrap up our conversation, there's a website for Save Illinois MAP grants. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's Save Illinois website, MAP grants, and people should go there and register their opinion and contact their representatives and tell them how important this is. It's a crisis that if it is not fixed in October, we can't wait till January, because students register for school in November, and they need to know that they're going to have financial aid.
Dr. Peters, thanks for your time, and thanks for playing host to us tonight. We really appreciate it. Dr. John Peters, president of Northern Illinois University. His school, Northern Illinois, leading at the half, 28-7 over Western Illinois. Dave and Bob are back with first half highlights right after this timeout.
I'm a forensic scientist for the Illinois State Police.
I'm a demographics and mapping analyst.
I'm a feature reporter here at WGN-TV.
All the NIU faculty had real-world experience that they translated into their classrooms.
The faculty at NIU are fantastic. They hooked me up with a great internship out at Fermilab.
I graduated from NIU 4 years ago. I'm at one of the top television stations in America.
I'm Kellen Hunter.
I'm Amanda Krompart.
I'm Marcus Leshock.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky country. VCB is the official site for NIU athletics, featuring the NIU Husky logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logo gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or fan of NIU athletics, the Village Commons bookstore is your official Husky headquarters. Visit us at the stadium on game day or at our store in DeKalb at 901 Lucinda or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
So far, it has saved us over $70,000.
When we go to purchase something, we always think of Direct Buy first.
If you live on the East Coast, West Coast, or anywhere in between, there is now a way for you to buy virtually everything you need for your home without paying traditional retail store markups. You'll save up to 50% and more off the items you need for your home and family. Join the hundreds of thousands from across North America who are already saving more than ever at Direct Buy.
When we found out that we could save this money, Direct Buy was the only way to go.
Not expecting to be rich. I'm going to be middle class the rest of my life. And to me, this was a very easy way to live above my means.
Act now. Call the number on your screen to receive your free visitor's pass to your local Direct Buy showroom. Plus, you'll receive a free copy of the Insider's Guide to Buying Direct. You do have an alternative to retail store markup. Call to get your free visitor's pass and learn how to be a member of Direct Buy. Call now.
With Cricket Wireless, you can talk and text all you want whenever you want. And right now, you can do it for even less than before. Cricket's $45 plan is now just a flat rate of $40 a month, with national coverage included with any rate plan you choose. Cricket has no contracts to sign or overages. Just call 1-800-355-0591. Click mycricket.com or come in today. Right now, all Samsung phones are on sale, like the WebReady R211, free for a limited time. Get respect for your wallet. Cricket.
28-7 NIU over WIU here on Comcast Sportsnet. Our first college football game of the season for you from DeKalb, Illinois. Alongside Bob Kamel, I'm David Kaplan. Bobby, an interesting first half. Chad Spann finds pay dirt 3 times. NIU, after an early turnover by Miko Brown, they've really done a nice job on the offensive line and controlling the game.
Well, I think that's the whole difference in this game right now, the ability to run the football. This is a very well-coached offensive line, a very well-coached Northern Illinois football team. You know, you've got 2 backs, Miko Brown and you've got Spann. They have like abilities. And when you have 2 backs with like abilities, you do not have to get out of the continuity of your play calling.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. There's a lot of NIU touchdown highlights for you. First quarter, they're going to hand this football up, and Chad Spann is going to find the end zone. NIU a 7-0 lead, but Western Illinois would roar back on the legs and the arm of Matt Barr. There, real nice play action, and he takes it to the end zone, 14 yards for the touchdown. And then Spann, as Coach Kamel says, keep the legs moving, and he pounds his way into the end zone, and NIU a 14-7 lead. Second quarter, Spann's going to get his first career TD reception, and then they're going to find the big tight end Scheffler for another score. NIU a 28-7 lead. Bobby, anything jump out on those stats?
Absolutely, and you know exactly where I'm going to go. The second stat, rushing yards, 143 for Northern Illinois, 82 for the Leathernecks. Total yards, 241, 169 for the Leathernecks. But my eyes immediately go to the rushing yards.
All right, now our halftime stats brought to you by Kishwaukee Community Hospital. Second half. What does Western Illinois have to do to get back in the football?
Well, one of the things they have to do, they have to get into an offensive rhythm of some kind. The play calling from Western Illinois offensively, as far as I've seen it, has been somewhat grab bag. There's no continuity. They're not running a play action and then throwing the ball, running the football, then a play action, what have you. They need to get, for lack of a better way, David, they need to get a little bit more zip in this offense. The tempo of their offense is not what it usually is. Barr's a good quarterback. Put the game in his hands. The other thing is wide receivers. They have to start looking the football in. We've seen 4 or 5 drop balls in critical situations. Absolutely.
All right. A lot of Mid-American Conference football for you today. Let's take a look at the Mid-American Conference football scoreboard. There you have a great one in Evanston. Northwestern gets a 49-yard field goal in the final seconds to beat Eastern Michigan. But Central gets the big win. They miss a field goal late. Penalty Michigan State. Try it again from 42, and CMU pulls the upset in East Lansing. Pittsburgh annihilates Buffalo 54-27. Boston College over Kent State 30 Kentucky 4-7, and Indiana over Western Michigan 23-19. A few more for you. Akron shuts out Morgan State. North Texas leads Ohio in the third in a low-scoring game. Boise State, a great football team, 14-0 lead over Miami of Ohio. Boise State, a lot of people feel, can run the table and play in a BCS game. Missouri trailing Bowling Green down in Columbia, Missouri. And Ball State trailing New Hampshire, a bit of a surprise in the third quarter in Muncie. Boy, some really interesting scores, and you take a look, Central Michigan winning Michigan State's big for the league.
That's a big win. I don't think there's any question, but I don't consider that game an upset. Central Michigan's an outstanding football team with that quarterback, maybe one of the best in the country, young Lefevre. Michigan State's going to have to rebound and come back, but you know what? I like that Central Michigan team.
Michigan State gets Notre Dame in South Bend next week. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Second half kickoff is right around the corner, so don't you go anywhere. Stay right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Save $500 per eye now when you choose LASIK from the Hauser Ross Eye Institute. With interest-free financing, you pay just $150 per month for both eyes. Plus, follow-up visits are covered for 2 years. Call Hauser Ross at 1-800-CHECKUP today. Save $500 per eye now when you choose LASIK from the Hauser Ross Eye Institute. With interest-free financing, you pay just $150 per month for both eyes. Plus, follow-up visits are covered for 2 years. Call Hauser Ross at 1-800-CHECKUP today.
Men, we really got to get in him today. We're going to run 367 wide drag, ice cream soft. He's going to get here and we're going to scoop him. Q, you look him off. The V over the top. Swallow the frog now. Swallow it, hit the post and score. Now, has everybody got it? All right, let's go. Let's get after it.
Oh, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown right there.
NIU Husky football. No matter how you say it, there's only one way to experience it, live.
Air One Wireless, let's get it on.
Looking for a wireless phone and service? With 15 locations to serve you, Air One Wireless is a leader in Sprint phone sales and service. Our experienced staff can help find the right phone and plan for your needs. And we're always there to support our customers after the sale.
I'm Hunter Hillenmeyer of the Chicago Bears. For service after the sack, go to Air One Wireless.
In Joliet, at Essington and Caton Farm Roads, plus locations in Morris, Diamond, Lockport, and Plainfield.
CSNChicago.com is giving you exclusive access to your favorite Chicago sports team with blogs, expert analysis, special behind-the-scenes videos, and more. All from your favorite Comcast Sportsnet personalities. Only on CSNChicago.com. Brought to you by Toshiba.
Tomorrow, Jermaine Dye and the White Sox hope to knock the Angels out of the outfield as they take on Torrey Hunter and the crew from Anaheim and L.A. Coverage begins with Felco White Sox pregame live. Sox Angels tomorrow at 2 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
After every Bears game.
Game ends, you flip over to Comcast Sportsnet. Every single week, you watch Bears postgame live as Dan Jiggets, Jerry Azuma, and Jim Miller break down the game with me.
Expert analysis.
They're shooting out and getting into the zone.
That's the MO. That's the blueprint. That's what you have to do.
Linebackers have to basically step up if they're in the zone coverage.
Press conferences and player interviews.
What does it taste like, Jiggets?
Victory. It all starts September 13th after the Bears season opener, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
NIU football on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Kishwaukee Community Hospital, National Bank and Trust Company, Fatty's Pub and Grill, and the Village Commons Bookstore. Second half action just about ready to go. Officials meeting right at the Husky Dog at midfield. Brigham Field at Husky Stadium. Chandler Harness warming up the arm. Fans of all ages, Bob, enjoying a beautiful night in DeKalb and Northern Illinois, Western Illinois football.
David, you cannot beat Mid-American Conference football, whether it's a conference game or whether it's a cross-section game, as we see tonight. Mid-American football is as good as it gets. Now, David, you really like that dog, that Husky dog over there near the Jordan Center. He guards the Jordan Center. Well, he should guard the Jordan Center because that Jordan Center may be one of the finest football facilities across the country.
You know, it's funny. I went on a tour, and when I walked in, I looked around, and I used to coach here back in the early 80s, 82,
There was
86.
no Jordan Center.
No, there was not there was not much compared to what they have now. There's Victory Husky, and
that is Diesel, David.
Diesel's the dog, but
Diesel's
Victory
the dog.
Husky is
Victory Husky is the mascot.
Correct.
Okay.
And
we've been down that road before.
We have, and I walked around the Jordan Center, and I looked around, I went, Toto's not Kansas anymore. Holy smokes. That is the best building I've ever been in for athletics.
There's no doubt about it. It's totally first class. Very functional.
Athletic Director Jeff Comfer is going to join us, by the way, in the fourth quarter. He'll come up and chat with us about what's going on in NIU athletics. A big return up the right side for Western Illinois. They'll start right around the 30-yard line. Spate, who has had a lot of work back there today, Bob, with Northern Illinois piling up 28 points.
David, right now, as I mentioned at the halftime, the Leathernecks, Coach Patterson, this series is critically important. They need to take the tempo of their play to another level.
The defensive coordinator, by the way, for Western Illinois is wearing a baseball hat, and the reason that he is doing that is they very sadly lost their baseball coach. Tom Casey is the defensive coordinator. He is wearing a baseball hat in memory of the baseball coach that passed away just a week ago after a battle with leukemia. Stan Hyman died last week at the age of 50, a beloved figure down there in Macomb. And so the baseball hat right there on the defensive coordinator is a tribute to Stan Hyman, who passed away again last weekend at the age of 50, and our deepest condolences go out to his family. Barr, 7-step drop, looks, evades a sack, looks, throws, fires, finds a man, and it is caught right around the 45-yard line. Morgan made the catch, helped to his feet by Senatus, and that will be enough to move the sticks.
There's great focus. Great focus. I mean, David, he gets tagged on that play by Tracy Wilson, but holds on to the football.
That was a crunching hit.
This is what I'm talking about, David. Getting a tempo to your offense, an urgency. I'm not saying a quickness beyond, you know, where you cause confusion or anything, but a tempo. Play call, critically important.
Real nice job on a misdirection play by Gableman. Fullback rumbles about 7 yards, maybe 8. Bring up a 2nd and 2 for Western Illinois. They've really been almost exclusively handing the ball to Gibbs. This time they decide to go to the big, strong fullback, number 33.
You know, when I look across the field and see that defensive end down there, I can't help but think of Larry English and the things
playing
that,
for the Chargers
oh my
now.
goodness, and the things he did in Husky Stadium.
16th pick overall in the first round last year by the Chargers. I think we're going to have Northern Illinois jumping unless they were drawn. Did somebody move on that O-line? I think they're going to get the Huskies. Yes, and they will mark it off against Northern Illinois.
First down.
And offside. I think it was Adam Coleman, number 93, that jumped.
One of the things that is so difficult for me to understand is when you're an inside guy, you're going to move on the snap of the football. It should be easy. As coaching defense over the years, that was one of the things that just, young man.
But guys have a motor.
I know they do. I know they do.
Option, Gibbs going to take the hit after a pitch from Barr. There'll be a gain of maybe. We'll see where they spot it. Did he pick up half a yard? Maybe. Chris Smith came over, as well as Alex Kuba, number 37, and made the hit.
When you make a commitment to a certain type of offense, one of the things that you start to put in some different types of wrinkles, you're never going to be great at option football if you are not an option team. You could put it in here and there, and I think that was an example of it right there. The problem was with Western Illinois, Northern Illinois, frankly, just had too many guys to that side of the field. He should have gotten out of that, and maybe he was going to run the option, run it to the other side.
Barr going to drop back, look, flush, fires, finds Gableman. A gang of red shirts come flying in to knock him down. He'll be about 3 yards short, bringing up a third down. Schiller led the Husky posse that took him down. By the way, Gibbs, their starting running back, is out right now. You saw a shot of him on the sideline. Looked to be in some discomfort.
I'll tell you this, Josh Gableman, he looks like a pretty tough customer to me. Good ball skills coming out of the backfield. I've seen him block well this evening.
D'Anthony Jabome is the tail of the tandem now. He will get the handoff, and he will be knocked down. A loss of a yard on the play.
Ryan Lawson, great penetration. Great penetration. Good redirection after he comes across the football. And Perkle, excellent job. I should say Perkle with the stop, but Lawson coming in to help. Good team defense. I'm all for this right now. You got to go for this on fourth down. It's kind of an in-between situation. You have to go for it.
4th and 5 at the NIU 36.
Don't go for all of it. Offensively, all you want to do is move the sticks.
Jabome is in the backfield. Barr going to throw, fires, broken up. Tried to fit it into Morgan into a very tight window. Could not complete it. Smith there with a real nice job defensively. And NIU takes over on defense. WIU 0 for 2 on 4th down. And they trail this one 28-7 early stages, quarter 3.
I'm a forensic scientist for the Illinois State Police.
I'm a demographics and mapping analyst.
I'm a feature reporter here at WGN-TV.
All the NIU faculty had real-world experience that they translated into their classrooms.
The faculty at NIU are fantastic. They hooked me up with a great internship out at Fermilab.
I graduated from NIU 4 years ago. I'm at one of the top television stations in America.
I'm Kellen Hunter.
I'm Amanda Krompart.
I'm Marcus Leshock.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
With Cricket Wireless, you can talk and text all you want whenever you want. And right now, you can do it for even less than before. Cricket's $45 plan is now just a flat rate of $40 a month, with national coverage included with any rate plan you choose. Cricket has no contracts to sign or overages. Just call 1-800-355-0591. Click mycricket.com or come in today. Right now, all Samsung phones are on sale, like the web-ready R211, free for a limited time. Get respect for your wallet. Cricket.
Dre Gibbs is on the sideline. Let's go to Jim Blaney for a report on the Western Illinois running back.
All right, David, he had his shoulder looked at. Looked like the kind of exercise they put you through if it's a stinger, but he got his helmet, was ready to go back out onto the field before the ball turned over back to Northern Illinois. Back to you.
Miko Brown off tackle, rumbles north of the 40. Let's take a look at the play, Bobby, where Gibbs got hurt.
Well, it's basically what we're going to see here. Here comes the option phase. Here's the pitch. You know, David, I talk about keeping your legs going. Right there, he planted, his legs stopped, didn't give himself an opportunity to meet force with force. He took a pretty good shot right there, right on the shoulder.
Harnish under center, hands off Miko Brown. Miko Brown picks his way near, we'll call it the 43-yard line.
Gain of 3.
You know, the middle linebacker at Western Illinois University, the Leathernecks, is called the Leatherneck. And that position, number 12, Kyle Glazier, they'd like to put him back about 7 yards and let him run all over the field. And I'm sure being assigned that position, being called the Leatherneck, he had to earn that.
There's Glazier.
There he is right there. Exactly
3rd and 3 at the 9:12 mark, clock running here in DeKalb. Harnish barks it out, cocks the man in motion, throws, and's got his man. That will be enough to move the sticks. Willie Clark makes the catch. That is an NIU first down, Bobby.
I like this. I like the play selection here. Clock is running. This is basically an elongated handoff, and what I mean by that is that quick slant, very, very safe. Good call, good route, good catch, good focus. Nice job by Harnish also.
Miko Brown tripped up, makes a man miss, picks his way for a gain of 5. He made something out of nothing.
That's what makes him the back that he is. Reminds me of a young guy that played for the Chicago Bears, or still does play for the Chicago Bears.
Garrett Wolf.
Garrett Wolf.
Kretschmer, by the way, on the tackle for the Leathernecks.
David, I'll never forget this. We had Garrett Wolf up here last year for a game we had. I was so impressed.
Quality.
I mean, you talk about a real credit to college athletics, to his family, to his high school, to his community, to Northern Illinois University. That young guy is what it's all about. David, I sat here and was like, wow, this kid's special.
And his Chicago Bears will battle tomorrow, game 1 of a 2009 season that opens at Lambeau Field in Green Bay.
A couple Bear fans right there. Who's 25 for the Bears?
I wonder who that could be. Turn around, guys. Show the name on the back.
Ardent Bear fans.
I have a feeling that those jerseys are a little bigger than the ones that Garrett wears. A little larger size. Abe Karoma, the transfer out of Penn State, is the man that was slow to get up and now does make it to the sideline. Do you realize we'll be here in a couple weeks? Idaho comes in. That will be the 1,000th game in NIU history in football.
It'll be an honor to be here.
It will. Were you here for the first game?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I was. Annie Glidden was a cheerleader.
Harnish looking, got a lot of time. Steps into his throw. Real nice defensive play. Outstanding job by Marva Carley. Here are the other 2 games that we have.
Idaho.
26th will be here at 2:30, and at 2:30 on October the 3rd, when Western Michigan will roll in.
You know, Jerry Kill, he is a consummate football coach. Well, you talk about continuity in coaches. Jerry Kill has a lot of the qualities that Joe Novak had, a lot of the positive qualities. Consummate football coach.
Timeout, Northern Illinois, and we're going to take it with them. 7:57 left in the 3rd. Huskies in control by 21.
NIU fans, when you enter the Village Commons bookstore, you're entering Husky Country. VCB is the official site for NIU athletics, featuring the NIU Husky logo on a wide range of hats, t-shirts, shorts, sweats, and NIU logoed gifts and accessories. Whether you're a student, graduate, or fan of NIU athletics, the Village Commons bookstore is your official Husky headquarters. Visit us at the stadium on game day, or at our store in DeKalb at 901 Lucinda, or on the web at www.vcbs.com.
Every Wednesday and Thursday at 4:30, get a head start on the game with Bears Blitz, presented by International Trucks. Luke Canellis and former Bear Dan Jiggets bring you 1 hour of the most exclusive interviews and reports in town, with the best coverage of the Bears' upcoming matchup. Plus, Bears Blitz has full-length press conferences featuring Lovie Smith, Jay Cutler, Brian Urlacher, Ron Turner, and more. The Monsters of the Midway start here on Bears Blitz every Wednesday and Thursday at 4:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Every Friday night at 10:30, Comcast Sportsnet covers the high school sports scene like no one else in Chicago. Reports from Friday night's biggest matchup.
Not only winning their first 3 games, but rolling over the competition.
Highlights from every division. And in-depth stories about student athletes and programs making an impact in the Chicagoland area.
Don't let people tell you what you can't do. Focus on what you can do and reach for the stars.
High School Lights, presented by Farmers Insurance. Every Friday night at 10:30 on Comcast Sportsnet.
All right, back to action. We are in DeKalb, Brigham Field at Husky Stadium. 7:58 left in the 3rd. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, and Jim Blaney with you. Our spotter is the great Jordan Burnfield. And a 28-7 Husky lead over the Leathernecks from Western Illinois. Chandler Harnish in the shotgun, looking, fires, and it's incomplete. Don't forget, we've got college football coming up for you after this one, right here on CSN. Purdue and Oregon. No LeGarrette Blount. He is the running back for Oregon. Was suspended for the rest of the year after an incident against Boise State. We'll see if Oregon can run the football effectively without their best back. And they battle the Boilermakers of Purdue. That following this game.
That was just a most unfortunate circumstance. And I think the penalty warrants the situation.
Wilbur into punt for Northern Illinois. Snap. We've got whistles. He gets drilled. But the whistle had already blown.
Delay game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
They do not get the snap off in time.
I think the ball was tipped also. This is, this is part of game management. And usually early on in the season, if you're going to have a problem like this, it's going to occur on special teams. That's why the special team coach on the sideline, on 3rd down, he's calling out, punt alert, punt alert. And everybody who's on the punt team starts to come up to the sideline and get ready.
Todd Spate again deep. Heavy pressure, punt is away. It will sail down and be caught. Fair caught right at the 10-yard line. Bob, Glenn Kozlowski, who was one of the great special teams players in the league when he played, told me that you set your heels at the 10. If that ball goes over your head, you get away from it. Yeah. Agree?
Yes.
Because you see guys all the time now catching the ball at the 5, 6, 7-yard line, and you think, what are you doing?
Well, it's another thing. You have to practice those things, and you have to make them important. Special teams are so critically important. You show me a good football team, a well-coached football team, and I'll show you a football team that has great special teams. It's 1/3 of all you do.
Barr going to hand it off. It will not go very far. Northern Illinois has done a really nice job bottling up the WIU running game. Jabome on the carry.
Credit Jeff Phelps, the fine defensive line coach of Northern Illinois, developing this talent that he has. I've heard this young guy speak at coaching clinics, and his future is for me, is unlimited. Really, just a class guy. Played at Ball State University years ago. Came to Northern Illinois and has done a magnificent job. An outstanding receiver also.
Gibbs back at tailback. Barr is going to keep it. Fakes to Gibbs. Makes one man miss. Turns it upfield. He'll be short by about 3 yards. Does a nice job to move it out from the shadow of his goalpost. All right, Corey Hansen shepherd to the sideline.
Well, here, we've got just a fundamental, just all this is an old-fashioned bootleg, just out of a different formation.
Watch our camera guy right here. Our camera guy takes a little hit.
Pops right up and going again. Tough guys,
we do.
They have a mind for the fray. Oh, there he is.
That's Alonzo. See, if that was a Dave Cella, he might have bailed. Alonzo stays right in there.
Oh!
Of course, Dave Cella, I'm kidding. One of the great cameramen. Kroger nearly had a pick.
Almost too good to be true as with Kroger right here. That's what
I've got a stepson who is a defensive lineman. He had an opportunity on one of those a year ago. He still, to this day, I had it and I didn't hang on.
That's the first thing he'll think about tomorrow morning when he wakes up. I had that. He might have been looking into the end zone, David.
Western's going to punt it away.
He's a freshman. He'll be fine.
Tommy Davis deep. This one's going to sail and be caught at the 32. Makes one man miss. Bounces. Knocked down at the 40-yard line. We are taking a timeout. NIU on the attack at the 40. We come back.
Save $500 per eye now when you choose LASIK from the Hauser Ross Eye Institute.
With interest-free financing, you pay just $150 per month for both eyes. Plus, follow-up visits are covered for 2 years. Call Hauser Ross at 1-800-CHECKUP today. Save $500 per eye now when you choose LASIK from the Hauser Ross Eye Institute. With interest-free financing, you pay just $150 per month for both eyes. Plus, follow-up visits are covered for 2 years. Call Hauser Ross at 1-800-CHECKUP today.
Larry English, you were just selected in the first round by San Diego in the Pro Football Draft. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to Fatty's.
Fatty's Pub and Grill in DeKalb is your official NIU pre- and post-game headquarters. Whether you're catching a game on our high-definition big screens or enjoying some of our famous grilled food in our beer garden, Fatty's is the place to be. It's all at Fatty's Pub and Grill, located just south of Husky Stadium on West Lincoln Highway in DeKalb.
All right, 28-7 Northern Illinois as they get ready to go back on the attack. Jim Blaney gets ready to go back to work for you.
All right, David, the last offensive series for Northern Illinois, the big nose guard for Western Illinois, Abe Caroma, went off the injury with an elbow injury. He got looked at, got retaped. He's not in the game right now, but he can return. Back to you.
It's going deep, looks, finds his man. A big completion to the Western Illinois 30 as he finds Moore. For a gain, this is going to be right around a 40-yard completion, Bobby.
All right, here's the great thing. He's going to his left, and he still has the arm strength to throw the deep ball. But watch the route. What he did was more than he sold the streak and then broke it off. And Harnish was able to recognize that. Might have been just a little bit of a sight adjustment. So he threw under the coverage after he sold the deep route. Outstanding pass, outstanding pattern.
Span turns the corner, cuts it up inside. Another first down, moving James.
Here's an offense that's in a rhythm. Here's an offense that it has the production that it does because success builds upon success. But you know that comes with the calls. When you start to get a feel as a play caller. I mean, and a hat on a hat. Everybody's got somebody. And, you know, even it doesn't have to be a knockdown block, just maybe fronting somebody up and then letting the back make the cut opposite of the waiting defender there.
Harnish looking, hands off. Instead will keep it and be knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. They love that little play action fake, and then he decides to roll out with it.
You know, one of the things I should have mentioned earlier, Willie Clark, Nathan Palmer, these guys, Landon Cox, they will go downfield and block. And I'm going to tell you something. If you had any aspirations as a young guy to play in the National Football League, you catch footballs here, there, everywhere. And even if you're a young high school guy listening to us, if you're a wide receiver, learn how to block and make blocking important to you.
Harnish looking, throws, finds his man Landon Cox, makes a man miss, knocked down inside the 10. Gonna bring up a third and about 3.
Cox is, he's 6'3", 213, great target. Well, I can't say enough about Harnish tonight. Outstanding read, saw the soft corner, saw Cox, was able to get 3 or 4 yards off the football, turn around, they're both on the same page. And that's where you start to see. Here's Jerry Kill. He's going from having a fine football team to having a fine football program. And there's a big difference.
Harnish looking, throws. Let's see if they call it a catch or if they call it incomplete. They are going to say incomplete. Crowd doesn't like it. Let's take a look at a replay. Perez Ashford was the man who was the intended receiver. Oh, he made the catch.
That isn't
catch. Even close.
That's a catch. Pardon me, hands down, that's a catch.
Hands down,
hands down, that's a catch. Hey, all the catches and throws and the success Harnish is having, you have to give a lot of credit to this offensive line. Last year I said this was one of the best coach offensive lines that I've seen in all college football, and I'll say it again. There's a term that we use in football, it's called technique. And basically, if you want to boil down that term, it's doing the little things right. Hand placement, being a knee bender, not a waist bender, and finishing your blocks, keeping your hands inside. They are great technicians.
They're not going to take a look at it. Salerno's kick is up, and it is good. 31-7, the cannon goes off. The crowd celebrates. The Huskies increase their lead. 31-7, late in the third.
Check it out. Plan for plan, you'll come out ahead with Cricket every time. Get all these unlimited features like talk, text, pics, web, and 411, plus national coverage on a 3G network from Cricket for just a penny more than T-Mobile. And right now, all Samsung phones are on sale, like the web-ready R211, free for a limited time. That's respect for your wallet. Cricket.
When breaking news happens, the Comcast Sportsnet news team has it covered.
Breaking news out of Hallis Hall this afternoon. The Bears have acquired quarterback Jay Cutler in a deal with the Denver Broncos.
Congratulations to Derrick Rose, today named the NBA Rookie of the Year.
I consider myself, the most blessed man on the face of the earth today.
Get all your Chicago sports news when it happens on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
My partner who I... (31-7) Northern Illinois over Western Illinois with 3:48 left in the third. Salerno ready to put this ball back in play. Spate, the deep man, has been a busy guy returning kicks for the Leathernecks. He will take this one about a yard deep in the end zone, bring it out, and get blown up at the 11-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline. Jim Blaney, take it away.
David, Jerry Kill might want to figure out how to play more home openers. This is obviously the second home opener they've played since he's been the coach here at Northern Illinois. And with 3:44 left in the third quarter of home opener number 2, Northern Illinois outscoring their opposition 79-10. They were winners last year 48-3 over Indiana State. And it certainly looks like Northern Illinois might be on their way to a win tonight, and that would give Jerry Kill 7 straight wins over Western Illinois, of course, going back to when he was coaching at Southern. Back to you.
Thank you, Jim. And Jerry Kill, Bobby, 6 straight bowl games between Northern and Southern, his previous job before he came to DeKalb. Barr looking, tries to throw, he's going to evade a sack. Now he will be sacked. Thought they had him earlier. They finally get the job done and take him down. Tyrone Clark, the backer, came over and got the sack.
Let's take the success in the home opener a step farther after we see this. Watch the relentless pursuit by the defensive front of the Huskies. Nice job. What happens is you start, when the quarterback starts to scramble, you give a call. And everybody starts to be conscious of where that quarterback's going to be. Mentioned Jerry English. Home openers, that's coaching. When is the most improvement in a football team supposed to occur? Between the first and second game, and that's coaching. And that's what you're seeing on the field today. Most improvement from the first week to the second.
Who's Jerry English?
Jerry Kill. Did I say Jerry English? I meant Larry English and Jerry, no.
Jerry Kill would like to have Larry English back.
Yeah, he would. I talked to him before the game. How do you replace Larry English? He said, Coach, you can coach 100 years and never maybe have another Larry English.
How about that?
Yeah, that's something
And he was
special.
also an honor roll student.
Yes, he was. Marmion
Military Academy.
I think it's just Marmion Academy.
That's a deflection, a 2nd down and 19 from the 3.
Sure about that?
I don't know. In any event, the guy could play.
Could you have handled a military education? Barr gets rid of it. It's caught, it's fumbled, and it's recovered by NIU. Right around the 13-yard line. Barr did a nice job of baiting pressure, hit his man, and then he put it on the carpet.
Devin Butler. He was also the young man that made the big hit on the kickoff. He is a physical football player. Boom! Coming in also to help with number 38, Mike Sobel.
Syracuse was the man that made the catch. Nice throw out of the end zone. Fires a strike to Syracuse. There's the hit. There goes the football.
There's all that pursuit. There's 10 guys around the football. 10 guys around the football ball.
Direct snap to a brand new quarterback, DeMarcus Grady. We saw a little of him last year.
Outstanding athlete. You know, he's 6 feet 1 inch and 202 pounds. He's a sophomore at Grand Rapids. I like the idea of putting him in the game right now. Now, you got a situation like this, 31-7, 2 minutes. Don't wait. Get him in the game. You don't want to get to a game where you have to play him for some reason and he hasn't had any snaps. And try as you may, you cannot completely make practice like the games, which is an obvious statement, but try as you may.
Grady going to keep it again, the snap, and he'll be knocked down at the 6.
So you create conditions, you create crowd noise and all that, but one of the things you can't create is that adrenaline of running out on the field for the first home game. He's a strong young guy, Dave.
Now, Bobby, as a former coach, you've got a new quarterback in, you've got some backup receivers in, and you want them to get game action. You'd like them to throw some passes. What's the fine line between running up the score and trying to get guys some work? And now Harnish is back in the football.
Back. Yeah, that's an excellent point, David.
Miko Brown looking for pay dirt, knocked down at the 2.
If I may answer that question.
It's got to be a tough job for Jerry Kill or any coach.
Well, it's the third quarter. You put this guy in the third quarter, you're not going to try to kill the clock. You give him as much of the offense as he can handle. And I'm sorry. I mean, that's part of the game. I think there's a difference between giving a guy an opportunity to play and to move the ball downfield and running up the score. I think when you run up the score, it's pretty obvious. You're getting a guy a chance to play and get some snaps.
Right, I think Jerry Kill would tell you, I want to be able to make sure, as you said, if I ever need him, he knows how to run the complete package.
I mean, I've seen more, teams that waited. The guy, second team quarterback hasn't played all year. All year. Now you're going into a critical game at the end of the year that might have bowl implications or maybe
starter gets hurt.
Your starter gets hurt. The guy's never played. He's never been out there. As I said before, you can't duplicate. You can't replicate what goes out on here on the game field with the fans and everything else. You create as much of that as you can in practice, but it's obvious you really can't create all of it.
And that will complete 3 quarters of play for us. We will take a timeout. NIU knocking on the doorstep of more. But right now, it's a 31-7 game as we head to quarter 4 in DeKalb.
I'm a forensic scientist for the Illinois State Police.
I'm a demographics and mapping analyst.
I'm a feature reporter here at WGN-TV.
All the NIU faculty had real-world experience that they translated into their classrooms.
The faculty at NIU are fantastic. They hooked me up with a great internship out at Fermilab.
I graduated from NIU 4 years ago. I'm at one of the top television stations in America.
I'm Kellen Hunter.
I'm Amanda Krompart.
I'm Marcus Leshock.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
And I've got a great job.
With Cricket Wireless, you can talk and text all you want whenever you want. And right now, you can do it for even less than before. Cricket's $45 plan is now just a flat rate of $40 a month with national coverage included with any rate plan you choose. Cricket has no contracts to sign or overages. Just call 1-800-355-0591. Click mycricket.com or come in today. Right now, all Samsung phones are on sale, like the web-ready R211, free for a limited time. Get respect for your wallet. Cricket.
As a third-generation groundkeeper, I know a little bit about tradition. One of mine is manicuring this bluegrass cultivar plant to perfection. I'm a bit of a stickler. In fact, some people even call me the Sodfather.
Done with the warning track. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you, Sodfather.
NIU football at Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by University Plaza, the NIU bookstore, Air One Wireless, American National Bank of DeKalb County, and NIUHuskies.com. All right, Northern Illinois knocking on the doorstep on a 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. Miko Brown has just found pay dirt. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. Give him 6. That is his first touchdown of the evening. He's now run 14 times for 117 yards and a touch. And the Huskies break this one open to 37-7. Salerno's extra point will pop it up to a 31-point lead.
Jerry Kill, Miko Brown comes off the field. Jerry Kill continues to coach him. Continues to coach him. Talks to him about that play. Always the hay, you know, there's an old saying, well, the hay is never in the barn. You coach from the start of the game to the very end of the game.
He's a quality coach. Let's go down to Jim Blaney on the sideline.
All right, David, thank you very much. I just want to continue a little bit on the discussion that you and Bob were having a little bit ago about using this time. I mean, to me, this is where coaches really get a chance to develop their programs. And I personally, I get a little upset when I hear about, well, they're running up the score. Well, if you're a second string guys, you get a chance to play. What are you supposed to do? Just go in there and, you know, kind of play patty cake? And this is valuable time for people who are going to be part of the program going forward. And you cannot, and Bob makes a great point, you just cannot create game conditions in a practice. So this is a very valuable quarter coming up for Northern Illinois.
And again, if I say this again, coaches know guys that would try to run the score up. And there's a difference between running the score up, which if you've been in the profession is obvious, that from getting a guy in there and getting him some reps and getting him to do things that he may need to do down the line, provided that the starter would go out.
Kickoff is going to come down right around the 2-yard line. Spade's got it, and he is cut down big time. Wow, Phil Brown like a missile. Cuts his legs out from under him. Western will put it in play inside their own 15-yard line. Watch this hit.
How special is this? This is a young guy, comes downfield, totally under control with great speed, makes the tackle. These special teams guys that do those kind of things, they have really gained the respect of the other football players on the team as well as the coaches.
Let's take a look at our Kishwaukee Community Hospital third quarter statistical breakdown. Take a look at total yards. NIU's rolled it up to 325. Just 211 for Western Illinois. And again, tough field position for Western Illinois as they start here. They will complete a pass right out to the 26-yard line, but NIU firmly in command at 38-7. We've got the athletic director from Northern Illinois, Jeff Comfer, joining us up here in the booth now, and we'll get a chance to find out just what's going on in NIU athletics. Jeff, how are you tonight? You've got to be a happy athletic director with your club firmly ensconced in the lead.
It's nice to feel good when I come to see you guys in the fourth quarter and not have to worry too much about the score at this point.
Senatus makes the catch, and he'll be knocked down just short of another Western Illinois first down. We were talking earlier about the Jordan Center. What an advantage that has to be in recruiting.
You know, before every game, we invite recruits in there, and if you could see their faces when they get toured around that facility, and no, we really set the bar for the rest of our conference and really for many other leagues with what we have in that facility, and it's just been a real positive note for us in all of our recruiting efforts, and just one of those things that you look at and you go, you can't imagine it not being here.
You know, just to change gears here a little bit, Jeff. One of the things, talking to Jerry Kill before the game, he was very proud of. The football team won the Community Service Award among all of your sports. They did the greatest job. What is that? How do you determine that? And what are some of the things these young guys do?
Well, what we do is we have a competition amongst all of our teams. And what they do is they go out into the community. They may work on a blood drive. They may go read at a school. They may help with Habitat for Humanity. They may do a number of different things in our community. And last year we compiled over 5,000 hours of community service amongst all of our student athletes. And the year before the football team won that, they won $1,000. And you know what they did with the money? They went out and made 10 families a lot easier to have a Christmas. They gave all that money back to families and had a really good holiday for those kids. So they donated all the money back.
Learning lessons far beyond the playing field, the classroom, and life lessons.
That's so true, Dave. And it's what we talk about. It's kind of the three-legged stool between service, academics, as well as competition, which they love.
By the way, a change at quarterback for Western Illinois. Will Lunt, who's a redshirt freshman out of Rochester, Illinois, is now in. Barr may be done for the night. He's an impressive quarterback, a local kid from Belvedere, threw for over 400 yards a week ago.
I know. I really feel good about our defense after watching this team. They've got great skill players. For them to do what they did tonight against a very skillful offense is really phenomenal.
One of the things I mentioned earlier, Jeff, was the continuity, so to speak, in the coaching change from Joe Novak to Jerry Kill. And I've seen so many wonderful traits in Joe that are also reflected in Jerry. So many times now when there's a coaching change, wherever it may be, young guys complain, they quit, they transfer. I've heard nothing like that occurring here. And I think it's a great credit to both of these gentlemen.
Well, you're right. Jerry lost no one when he came in. That's unheard of in this business, that no one wanted to leave the program with the new coach.
And a big sack for Jake Kaufman, who Jake is an interesting story. He's a military guy.
Yes, he is. He had 2 tours over in Iraq. He's a Marine. He is 25 years old, the oldest guy on our team. But he is a dedicated Husky, and he is a leader on our team because he's been through it. When he speaks, our team listens.
Rose to the rank of corporal in the Marines.
Pretty good.
You got to be certainly proud of that young man.
Western has a kid, Mike Hunter, also a former Marine. So good to see. Guys getting opportunities, and football has come out, I believe, again.
There's that relentless pursuit again, David. I mean, you've got a bunch of guys. It is 38-7. These guys are flying around like it's the first quarter of the game.
Holbert fell on it for Western Illinois and recovered the fumble.
Anything special to draw this crowd today, aside from the obvious first home game and all that? Huge crowd this evening. Beautiful atmosphere.
Over 21,000 people here today. Really, the weather helped. I'm going to take a little credit for that. but the
Could
weather
you do
was
something about it in January then?
Yeah, I'm going to work on that. I think we're going to have a very mild winter.
Pressure again on the quarterback. Big hit. NIU defense just flying to the ball right now. Pinning their ears back. Kyrie Daniels made the hit there.
Great job by Kyrie Daniels coming up. Good tackle. Brought a shoulder to him and brought his legs.
Gableman made the catch for Western Illinois, second reception of the evening.
Of course, he'll come off the field, and Jerry will probably tell him, you know, wrap him up next time.
Jerry always coaching.
Always coaching.
Tommy Davis, the deep man again. The punt is away. He's going to sail down right around the 16, and he gets obliterated at the 16-yard line. That's where Northern Illinois will put it in play. Jeff, thank you for stopping up here.
Thanks to you guys. I want to say I'm so glad we signed on for another 3 years.
Looking forward to it.
With Comcast Sportsnet Chicago. Thank you for that. And I also want to say we're very happy that we were able to keep Coach Kill for another 2 years on an extension.
Brand new extension.
And that means a lot to our program as well. So thank you guys, and appreciate y'all being here this
evening. Thanks for having us. Congrats
Thank you.
on tonight's performance. We'll take a timeout. It's all Huskies tonight. 38-7 in DeKalb.
Hey Husky fans, shop online for all the latest Husky merchandise at naubookstore.niu.edu. We carry the best brands, Gear, Jansport, Russell, Vantage, Zephyr, and more. Shop any of our 3 locations, the Home Student Center, the Convocation Center, and our newest location at the Barcema Alumni and Visitor Center. Open 3 hours before game time for every home game. For the best Husky gear selection and prices, stop by today or shop online at niubookstore.niu.edu. That's niubookstore.niu.edu.
See Wrigley Field like you never have before. Take a 90-minute behind-the-scenes tour of this legendary ballpark. Now, Chicago Trolley offers convenient transportation to and from Wrigley Field. Purchase tickets by calling 1-800-THE-CUBS or by visiting Cubs.com.
Are you going to the game or looking for a place to watch it? The Captain Morgan Club on Addison and Sheffield is calling your name. Open year-round with 30 flat-screen TVs and an outdoor patio. Come to the Captain Morgan Club to watch the Cubs and every sporting event. Tickets or no tickets, we're calling all captains.
They are dancing in the aisles in DeKalb. It's a big victory tonight for the Huskies if they can put this one away in the final 10-25. They lead 38-7. David Kaplan, Bob Kamel, Jim Blaney with you here in DeKalb. Marcus Grady back at quarterback for Northern Illinois, and I would think you've seen all of Chandler Harnich's you're going to see.
David, obviously, I think it's very prudent to take him out of the football game right now. Get the reps for the other guys. Start substituting in some offensive linemen, maybe a running back, wide receiver here and there. Get some guys some playing time.
Justin Anderson, who we've seen before at tailback, he is now in the ball game. DeMarcus Grady is a kid out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. We saw a little bit of him last year. Getting some work here. You know who else has come up to the booth and said hello? Former Northern Illinois basketball coach, now at Western Illinois, Jim Molinari. Longtime top guy at the call. Fabulous basketball coach. And our buddy Connie Kowal, who is a Western Illinois grad. He's clad in purple.
All your friends are up here. Where are my friends?
I don't know. Do you have any?
Well, I hope one is to my left here. You know, one of the things I wanted to mention, Jeff, every time we've had a request from Donna Turner and the people in her office, I mean, it's been done that fast, efficiently. You know, there's no saying so above, so below. The leadership that he provides.
Do you have a book of sayings that you work off of? You got more sayings.
I'll show you that book one day.
I would like it. Grady steps up. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Makes one man miss. He'll be knocked out very close to another first down as the clock drips towards 9:29 when he is knocked out of bounds. There's Grady. This kid's got some presence.
I think that was a pure quarterback draw. He sold it, then he took off to the outside. Good vision, saw the whole field. A lot of promise. David, I've never asked you, how do you like these spread offenses?
I like them a lot.
Do you?
I remember watching Randy Walker, the late Randy Walker, bring it to Northwestern. I'm a big fan of it. I like the Wildcat formation that you're seeing NFL teams use. The Bears do it with Devin Hester. Rumor is the Eagles are going to do it with Michael Vick when he is finally reinstated in 3 weeks. I think it's a cool thing. What do you think? You're the football maven.
Well, you know, I coach for Bo Schembechler and Lou Holtz. I just want to run up the football off tackle, get that fullback like this young guy that they've got here at Northern Illinois, Kyle Scarf, give the ball to the tailback, follow him. But you know what? You have to change.
You have to change at the time.
You
it's
have
entertainment.
To change at the time. There's no doubt about it. I still have a great deal of admiration when I see a good offensive line when they line up and they look sharp and they do a good job of coming out the football.
Let's go back down to the sideline. Jim Blaney has a question for you, Bob Kamel.
Yeah, Bob, here's my question, because we always know that it's a back and forth between offense and defense as far as evolution of football. I would like to know from you what you think either the evolution in defense or the evolution of the type of player on defense is going to eventually provide the answer to the spread on offense.
Well, obviously, the only way you're going to be able to defend this is with speed. And bring in guys that can run, guys that will hit, guys that are willing to pursue the football in a relentless fashion, guys that are going to be great technicians, keep the football inside and in front of the defense, and they'll catch up to the spread. And then all of a sudden, there'll be something new out there, whatever that might be. You know, I've heard the spread, I've heard the pistol, we heard the shotgun. Football, there's trends in football, and football is copycat. After a while, defensive coordinators will catch up to the spread, and you know, there'll be a new flavor of the month. Myself, it all comes down to a couple of things. Blocking and tackling, fundamentals, technique, and a mind for the fray and a love of the game, and get a bunch of guys around you that are quality young guys that are going to go to class, that are going to do the right things, character, bring in guys with great character, and you're going to have a chance to win.
you know, as I mentioned Jim Molinari, basketball coaches, things don't change as much as they do in football. Pretty much the offenses have stayed fairly consistent on what they run in basketball, but it seems like whatever team is hot, NIU takes a shot down the field and it's incomplete. Whatever thing is hot in college or pro football is what teams decide to go to. I remember you watch teams, they'd get the fattest, biggest run stuffers they could stick in the middle. Then it changed and guys wanted to go as quick as they could in the middle. Why do things just completely change? They go completely opposite of what they're doing.
Because they have to catch up to the offenses. You have to recruit to your system, which is critically important. But David, last year, this to me was the one thing I noticed in all the great college football teams. They had big defensive linemen that played with leverage and they could run. Now, getting back to the changes in basketball, I'm an advocate of the triangle.
You like the triangle?
I like the triangle.
Let's sit down and have you diagram that for us.
It's like this.
Make sure one of them wears number 23 and you got no issues. They could have run the square in Chicago, the triangle, the circle. As long as 23 had the ball, they were fine.
Phil had nothing to do with that success at all. That is one of the things that really upsets me. The guy's a flat-out great coach.
Who, Phil Jackson?
Yes.
Tremendous.
Yes. What was he supposed to do? Michael, sit here. I want to see if I can coach.
Did you hear Michael's line on his Hall of Fame acceptance last night?
No.
Tex Winter said to him, "There's no I in team," as he walked off the floor having scored 20 in a row. And he goes, "Yeah, there's an I in win."
Well, here, this is just what you were talking about, okay? We've got a new quarterback, and they're not on the same page with the wide receiver. In this game here,
use this as a teaching session.
Right, it's 38-7. In this game here, it's not going to hurt you. But if all of a sudden you have to use this guy when the season is in the balance, that is going to hurt you. And it has to be under game conditions, and you use this, as you mentioned, you take these tapes and you look at them, and you make training tapes, and you use it as a teaching tool. There is right there. He's talking to quarterback coach. He's talking to him right now. He said he cut in. You looked at whatever it was.
Punt is away from Josh Wilbur. Spate has it. Spate knocked down at the 23-yard line, and we are headed to a commercial break. Huskies firmly in command by 31.
College life is great, but aren't you sick of living in cramped spaces, lack of privacy, ramen noodles? At University Plaza, we can help. It's like a Chicago high-rise with a friendly family feel. From enjoying the pleasures of private bathrooms and a restaurant-style food court, to keeping fit in a fully equipped fitness center, to lounging in the pool or hot tub. Experience so much more for less than what you might think. If you've never been here, you owe it to yourself to check us out. University Plaza, big city atmosphere in the heart of NIU.
Every weekday morning, wake up with the Monsters in the Morning.
When did you start slow down, the last year or two? Or?
Since I was about 6. Yeah. The Bears have been notorious, always strong defenses, run the football, and you know, Jay's a thrower, so how that's going to mix, I don't know.
Traffic, weather, sports, and a whole lot of fun. Monsters in the Morning, every weekday morning from 6 to 9 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. After every Bears game.
Game ends, you flip over to Comcast Sportsnet. Every single week, you watch Bears postgame live as Dan Jiggets, Jerry Azuma, and Jim Miller break down the game with me.
Expert analysis.
They're shooting out and getting into the zone.
That's the MO. That's the blueprint. That's what you have to do.
Linebackers have to basically step up if they're in the zone coverage.
Press conferences and player interviews.
What does it taste like, Jiggets?
Victory. It all starts September 13th after the Bears season opener, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
38-7 NIU over WIU. Just visiting with friends. I used to coach up here, as did you, Bob. We were here together. We used to shop at the Polo Shop in DeKalb up here. Way back in the early 80s.
First down.
Where did you buy your clothes at Finn's?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Bringing back some memories for you. You used to go have dinner and a couple drinks at Daddy-O's. I saw Daddy-O here tonight. Dick Daly.
Dick Daly. An icon.
Tremendous memories in this.
An icon.
Don't forget college football following this game. Purdue out west at Oregon. You'll get that game live right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
It's Oregon.
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 Oregon. I think you're wrong. Let's go to Jim Blaney. Can you break the tie? Oregon or Oregon?
Oregon, just as it is Colorado and not Colorado.
Thank you.
And Colorado. How about Colorado and Toledo?
So, you want to apologize since you were wrong?
I think both of you are wrong. Say Joliet.
Joliet.
Ask Cap what the, what about that state that's next to California where you do all the gambling?
That would be Nevada.
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 No, Nevada.
You spent too much time out of Chicago lately, Cap. You're losing that distinctive accent.
I had a roommate in college who was from Reno, and that was one of his pet peeves.
Nevada? Nevada, not Nevada. Okay, I just learned something. Lunt looking, he's going down. Dragged down by a pack of wild red shirts. 5:40 and counting. NIU going to move to 1-1. Western going to fall to 1-1. Bolding came over from his defensive end spot.
Here's another example of a young guy getting in there and getting some snaps. You know, the byproduct, though, David, is this. From a morale standpoint, guys that don't get to play, they come in back on Monday, and they've got a little bit of jump in their step. They're excited. And those are guys, a lot of those guys perform on your scout teams. Their morale is critically important. Get them in a game, changes their entire mental attitude.
Punt will roll out of bounds at the 44-yard line. We are headed to break. This one is all Huskies tonight.
So far, it has saved us over $70,000.
When we go to purchase something, we always think of Direct Buy first.
If you live on the East Coast, West Coast, or anywhere in between, there is now a way for you to buy virtually everything you need for your home without paying traditional retail store markups. You'll save up to 50% and more off the items you need for your home and family. Join the hundreds of thousands from across North America who are already saving more than ever at Direct Buy.
When we found out that we could save this money, Direct Buy was the only way to go.
Not expecting to be rich. I'm going to be middle class the rest of my life. And to me, this was a very easy way to live above my means.
Act now. Call the number on your screen to receive your free visitor's pass to your local Direct Buy showroom. Plus, you'll receive a free copy of the Insider's Guide to Buying Direct. You do have an alternative to retail store markup. Call to get your free visitor's pass and learn how to be a member of Direct Buy. Call now.
We talked about this a little earlier tonight. This series dates back to the 1903 season. Huskies lead overall, but Leathernecks were coming in here on a 3-game winning streak. Jerry Kill, though, has usually handled Western pretty effectively from his days at Southern Illinois. Justin Anderson going to be run out of bounds after a nice gain. Clock ticks to 4:53. It's just a good series. I love to see the in-state teams play. The Westerns, the Easterns, the Northerns, the Illinois States. It's good to see, Bob.
Now, Justin Anderson on that last play, I agree with you. Justin Anderson on that last play showed great vision.
22-yard gain.
Play was headed basically just between guard and center, jumped outside and showed great speed. Not only great speed, but great quickness and great feet. Now, you asked me about what you do when you run the score up. Throwing the ball here with 5 minutes left, I would consider that running the score up. But basically, Coach Gill is going through some fundamental running plays, running the ball between the tackles, and giving this young guy a chance to run the football without sending a message to the other side of the field. So, well, I got a guy running through that, short of taking a knee. There's nothing else I can do.
And then if you take a knee, you embarrass people.
Yeah, you do, and that's why that in a lot of ways is a non-argument. Here again, basically the same play. Run the clock out, let it go, no timeouts, let the whole thing run out, run across the field, shake hands. But I will tell you, you're talking about two professional football coaches, Don Patterson and Jerry Kill. These guys are throwback type guys.
And have tremendous respect for one another.
For one another. Great character. I'm really impressed with Jerry Kill coming back. That game, you know, Pete, when you're in the Mid-American Conference, you got a chance to go play a Big Ten team.
And nearly win it.
And nearly win it. You can come back with a letdown. I will say this, it's more difficult to coach football or any sport above the shoulders, more so than it is below the shoulders. And Jerry Kill and the staff did a great job of keeping his teams, as he mentioned before, keep the cleats on the ground coming into this game.
Another run into the line. We knocked down right around the 16-yard line. Going to bring up a third down. And about 5, Ricky Kreider getting a chance. Now, we saw a little of him last year.
Yeah. But as I mentioned before, you know what? Getting guys in this game, even 2 or 3 plays, family, friends here, this and that, you know what it does to the morale of the football team?
They come to work on Monday, and they, as you said, a bounce in their step. I played. They go out tonight on campus. How'd it go? I got a chance to play tonight. Grady looks, throws, incomplete.
Safe pass out there. And you know the great thing? They come back 20 years later. You know what they're going to remember? Not how many plays they played. I played, I was a teammate, I had a great experience, and I got a great education.
Pat McAvoy, another big fullback. Your favorite position?
Well, remember Pat McAvoy? He was a linebacker for me here. He was with Griffin and, you know, and those guys.
Ron DeLisi?
Yes, that's his son, Ronnie DeLisi, Timmy Griffin. I mean, we had Clarence Vaughn, who played for the Redskins. Those were great days for me, David. Those were character young guys, and I've had an opportunity to stay in touch with a bunch of them.
Salerno 3 for 3 on the season, and let's make it 4 for 4. At the 2:18 mark, the Huskies 41-7. Final couple minutes coming up on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hey Husky fans, shop online for all the latest Husky merchandise at niubookstore.niu.edu. We carry the best brands, Gear, Jansport, Russell, Vantage, Zephyr, and more. Shop any of our 3 locations, the Home Student Center, the Convocation Center, and our newest location at the Barcima Alumni and Visitor Center. Open 3 hours before game time for every home game. For the best Husky gear selection and prices, stop by today or shop online at niubookstore.niu.edu. That's niubookstore.niu.edu.
41-7 now. You got to add the field goal in there as Diesel the dog runs across the field. The Huskies are going to celebrate a big win. Our NRU bookstore play of the game. This is touchdown number 3 to Chad Spann. First touchdown reception of his career. His 3rd TD of the night. He had a couple last week in the good comeback against Wisconsin. So 5 touchdowns in 2 weeks for Chad Spann. Kickoff's going to sail down right about the 3-yard line. Spate's going to run it out. Spate been a busy man. He'll be corralled and knocked down at the 28 or 29-yard line. Spencer Williamson over on special teams to make the tackle. 2:11 to go.
David, with this atmosphere in this game, Jerry Kill, I hope he and his recruiting coordinator had about 25 or 30 great recruits from across the area and here tonight.
You know,
because this is the type of atmosphere that you can sell to young guys. Hey, come and be part of something special. Look at our facilities. Look at the education we've had here. Look at the crowd we had here.
How you sell it.
That's how you sell it, my friend.
And you would know, best recruiting coordinator in the history of the game. How many guys did you send to the NFL?
You know, David, there's probably guys that I recruited probably in the hundreds, but I'll tell you this. More importantly, I sent guys out into life that became sportscasters, attorneys, coaches, businessmen, great dads, great husbands, and things like that. And you know, in the long run, that's what it's all about. People ask me, do I have a lot of pictures around in my den of form? Yeah, I do. But there's one picture that I look at really in a very special way. I'm standing there in a suit and a tie, and there's about 10 football players standing around me in caps and gowns. It was graduation day. And you think what some of those guys have accomplished in their lives, that's why you get into coaching.
That one knocked down. A $1:29 left in the ball game. NIU will move to 1-1. Western Illinois is going to fall to 1-1. This is a good victory for Northern Illinois because the man you see right there, Barr, he was the player of the week nationally last week with 453 yards through the air. That guy can throw the football.
He's an outstanding football player. I don't think there's any question. This evening, they really never got into a rhythm. You know, a little bit of a grab bag on the offense, trying to make things happen. You know, that'll happen. But you know, credit though also the preparation that Jerry Kill and his staff came in here with. And they're so fundamentally sound. The future here at Northern Illinois University, the football future here is, I mean, the sky's the limit, as they say. And why is that? It's because of integrity. Recruit the right kind of guys. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with great assistant coaches. And Jerry's done that. This is an outstanding coaching staff.
Plus, the university has made quite a financial commitment to football and to athletics as a whole. Looking at the facilities around here, the Convocation Center, the Jordan Center, what they've done here at the stadium. And they've really stepped up the facilities, and they can compete with just about anybody.
Well, if you want to compete, you have to do these things. If you want to compete, you have to do these things. This is Division I football. There's a lot of competition around here for the fine athletes that this area has produced, as well as other areas. You bring a young guy in here, you show him these things, and then give him an opportunity to meet some of the guys on the team. You know, when we do our preparation, you and I, every week, and you start reading some of these bios of some of these guys, team captain, 3.8 GPA, 3.9 in accounting. High school captain, Jerry Kill probably on this football, I'll bet you there's 25 high school captains. And that's all about leadership.
Final couple snaps, and this one will go into the record books as a big victory for NIU. $1:10 left. Ryan Morris is now in the football game.
David, you mentioned
a senior out of Carroll Stream, Illinois.
One of the things I will say is this. When I was coaching here, you remember this, there was a decision to get out of the Mid-American Conference.
Yes.
I opposed that decision vehemently.
As did I.
And I never thought it was a good idea. And after a while, cooler heads prevailed and came back into the Mid-American Conference. Mid-American Conference is a great conference. It's a players' conference. It's a coaches' conference. It's laden with schools that have great academics. And you know, you see that today. I mean, for your, you know, sports, football dollar, for what you see here today, David, it's a bargain. Great family atmosphere.
And I believe that's going to be the final snap of the football game. Justin Anderson with the run. Northern Illinois is going to watch it tick down on a 41-7 victory over the Leathernecks from Macomb, Illinois, Western Illinois University. We'll get a chance to have Jim Blaney talk with Jerry Kill in a moment. And then we'll hand you off to Purdue and Oregon coming up next on Comcast Sportsnet. Right here, our first game of the year with Northern Illinois. And the Huskies move to 1-1 with a real good victory. Two coaches shake hands, longtime friends and rivals from Jerry Kill's days at Southern Illinois. And the Huskies will watch the game films on this one after Amico Brown fumbled early. They took care of the football the rest of the way very effectively. And the offense very efficient as the two clubs shake hands. Put the bow on this one, wrap it up, a victory for Northern Illinois. There's Miko Brown, a real solid performance, rushed for over 100 yards, had a touchdown tonight. Chandler Harnish, very good at the controls of the NIU offense. 41-7 is our final score. We'll get a chance. Jim Blaney is going to grab Jerry Kill, get his thoughts on this victory, and then we'll hand you off to Purdue and Oregon. Good win, Bobby.
Excellent win. My guess is the interview with Jerry Kill will go something like, well, we've got a lot to work on. We've got another big week of practice ahead of us. We have to get better at this. I'm proud of my guys. You know, and that's what I like in a person like him. I mean, what you see is what you get. And I'll be honest with you, I was a bit surprised at the hire when it first happened. I thought they'd go with something more provincial, but they hit a home run with Jerry.
Yes, they did. Let's go down to Coach Gill with Jim Blaney.
All right, thank you very much, David. Coach, talk about the job your staff did this week, because you had a disappointing game in Wisconsin, but you came back tonight and the guys were really focused. And I know most of the time when that happens, it's the staff and it's the players that do the work.
Well, I'll give the credit to the players. We came out and worked hard in practice, and this game scared me a lot because I've been in that situation before, and I knew Western Illinois would be ready to play and well coached, and our kids did a good job preparing and played hard.
And it's a tribute to the mental ability to shake off a game from a week ago and come out and be ready to play, correct?
It is, and certainly for a young football team. We're very, very young, so it was good to see them come back, and it's always good to win.
Okay, Coach, congratulations. Thank you very much. We have a couple of the Northern players joining us after the game as well. Chad Spann, 3 touchdowns. When's the last time you had 3 touchdowns in a game?
Not since high school, middle high school, yeah.
Talk about this team and the way it's shaping up this year, because it certainly seems to be that with you and Miko, there's a lot of weapons in the backfield, and so a lot of guys are going to get carries, guys are going to be fresh, right?
Oh yeah, we like to move the ball around. You know, we got a lot of good players, a lot of good young players out there, so we like to move the ball around. You know what I'm saying? Get everybody touches. You know what I'm saying? Make other teams have to prepare for everybody.
Congratulations on a great game tonight. Chandler Harness joins us as well. Describe the difference it makes in having a year under your belt and coming back. Has the game slowed down that we hear so many people talk about this year for you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, going out and just doing what we do. The coaches have done a great job getting me prepared and getting the guys prepared for these type of situations. And we just, we went out and did what we had to do tonight, and we executed well. And 41-7, that's a good victory for us.
It sure seemed like the offensive line just grew and grew in confidence, and by about the 3rd or 4th series they went out there and certainly had a mind of exactly what they needed to do, and then the important part is went out and did it.
Right, that's one of our goals, always is run the ball well, and especially on 1st and 2nd down, so it makes our 3rd down conversions easier, and they did that tonight. Our 3rd down conversions were short, and you can't give those guys enough credit.
Congratulations on a fine game and a fine win. David, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. Good victory for Northern Illinois. Folks, the broadcast rights for this event have been granted to Comcast Sportsnet by Northern Illinois University. Any reproduction, rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of Comcast Sportsnet and NIU is strictly prohibited. Don't forget the next NIU game on CSN, Saturday, September 26th, as the Huskies welcome Idaho to DeKalb. For Bobby C., Bob Kamel, the coach, and Jim Blaney, and Jordan Burnfield, our spotter, I'm David Kaplan saying so long from Husky Stadium in DeKalb. 41-7 your final. The preceding an exclusive presentation, Comcast Sportsnet and Northern Illinois University. 41-7 final. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. See ya.
See Wrigley Field like you never have before. Take a 90-minute behind-the-scenes tour of this legendary ballpark. Now, Chicago Trolley offers convenient transportation to and from Wrigley Field. Purchase tickets by calling 1-800-THE-CUBS or by visiting Cubs.com.
Are you going to the game or looking for a place to watch it? The Captain Morgan Club on Addison and Sheffield is calling your name. Open year-round with 30 flat-screen TVs and an outdoor patio. Come to the Captain Morgan Club to watch the Cubs and every sporting event. Tickets or no tickets, we're calling all captains.
Quiet on the set. Take 73. What? Get moving. Bob Rohrman's bothering the boba. It's a
There's only one Bob Rohrman.
Rose to the rack to feed the fire to score. Derrick Rose, are you flat out kidding me? Double overtime. Triple overtime. Noah with a nasty dunk. That's a cheap shot. Miller's bleeding. Unbelievable. Heinrich gets pushed into the table. Man, is it getting physical here. Unbelievable. The Bulls are on fire. Bulls win. Bulls win. Bulls win.
Due to the length of the previous program, we now join our next program already in progress.
The Oregon Ducks won the toss, and they will defer to the second half, so the Ducks will kick it away to the Purdue Boilermakers. Deep man for Purdue, Royce Adams. And this game is underway. And this is going to be Aaron Valentine. Back to the 15 to the 20. Gets a little gap across the 25 to the 26-yard line. 24-yard return for Valentine. And Joey Elliott, the senior quarterback, who has been around this program for a long time, sat and watched and learned. He's the son of a coach. And they say he was absolutely ready when asked to step in.
Well, a lot of second-string guys, they say, just kind of hang around and don't do what they have to do. But Elliott was into it the whole way, and now he's getting his opportunity.
3 wideouts on first down for the Purdue Boilermakers. Bolden is the running back. They'll put it up on first down. Swing out of the backfield for Bolden. Take a look at our starting lineups. Brought to you by Phillips HD. And the guy to watch there is Jared Zwilling. Came over from the defensive side of the ball. He is their most experienced player. We talked about Ralph Bolden. He's the leading rusher right now, or at least at the beginning of the day, as Petros mentioned, in the Big Ten Conference. 238 yards in his first game a week ago against Toledo. Second down and 10. And Elliott checking off. Listen to the crowd. Give to Bolden. Bolden doesn't get much. Stacked up in the middle of the line by Paysinger. Take a look at the Oregon defense. Once again, presented by Phillips HD. Tukuafu rather, is the most experienced defensive lineman. The Ducks have had to do some rebuilding. Paysinger, who just made that stop, very active, always around the football. And the secondary experienced at the corners, not so experienced at the safeties. This time out of the gun with an empty backfield. On third down and 8. Elliott straight back, 4-man rush, steps up, throws underneath, incomplete, intended for the tight end, Kyle Adams. So 3 and out, pretty much what the Ducks would have wanted.
Well, that's exactly what they needed. The Oregon Ducks just put into a terrible position defensively in Boise State last week. 91 defensive snaps, which is unheard of. 3 and outs are going to help them, and that's exactly how they needed to start this football game.
Chris Summers will do the punting. It'll be Walter Thurman III standing at the 31-yard line. They come after this and they knock the punter down. It's going to be a flag, and Purdue's going to maintain possession. Thurman is dropped at about the 36-yard line, but more than one Oregon Duck ran right into the punter, Summer.
And you see the celebration of Chris Summers. Pretty excited that he was able to get knocked down there. Marvin Johnson was the guy that made the contact and drew the penalty, and that's got to be frustrating for Chip Kelly. Imperative that Oregon starts out fast in this football game.
Now, the penalty was running into the punter, so it may not be enough. In fact, it's going to be 3 yards short. So the Ducks kind of get a break here, as it was not roughing the kicker, but running into the kicker. Ducks do have the possibility of taking the play. The ball wound up.
On the defense, number 1. It's a 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Ball wound up at the 37-yard line. Now let's see what the Ducks will do. Here's another look.
You're going to see Marvin Johnson coming in on Summers. And he tried to hold him up. That, I believe, is the correct call. That's running into. That is not roughing. That was not a violent hit. Accidentally ran into him and tried to hold him up by his thigh.
Well, they were coming after that. There were 4 Ducks coming hard at Summers. So they'll try it all over again. A little more protection this time. And this time the Ducks will play run back. Summers hits this really well. Turns it over, drives Thurman all the way back to the 12-yard line. Thurman up the gut, look out, 25 to the 30. Trying to get the outside, does. Finally knocked down from behind. He's across the 40-yard line. Return of 27 yards off that 54-yard kick. Royce Adams makes the stop for the Boilermakers. Jeremiah Masoli had arguably his toughest game as a collegian. Remember, this guy, even though he played a lot of games last year, he didn't play all of them. In fact, he did not play against Purdue when they played back in West Lafayette. So Masoli will come to the line of scrimmage. And the give this time is to Crenshaw. Now pass, I beg your pardon, for Mail, and it's incomplete on the right side. They fake the give to Crenshaw. Now Crenshaw got the start. We're going to see all three running backs for the Oregon Ducks: LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Andre Crenshaw. Second down and 10 for the Ducks. And this time the give straight ahead to Crenshaw. Crenshaw driven back after a gain of a couple. It's going to be third down and 8.
Andre Crenshaw's a back who really has earned the start in the absence of LeGarrette Blount. He is a senior. He's been around a long time. Had a pretty good 2007. When healthy, he's a pretty good player, and he is 100% healthy right now in his senior year. Didn't get a lot of reps last year.
This time to go with an empty backfield. 4 receivers. Masoli now walks up under center, now backs up into the gun. Third down and 7. Masoli has to throw under pressure. It's incomplete. And the Ducks will go 3 and out. So not the kind of start that the Oregon Ducks would have wanted.
And that's going to get some people nervous here in Autzen Stadium. They need to see this offense click on the cylinders that it was clicking on last year with Jeremiah Masoli getting physical and running the football. The first play of the drive I liked because Masoli was throwing it on the run, and that's where he's comfortable, but it was a drop by Jeff Mail. And from there, it went downhill for the Ducks. See if their defense can bail them out again.
Aaron Valentine going to be the deep man to receive this punt. High twisting kick. And Valentine makes the catch under pressure and is dropped immediately. Did well just to hold on to that ball. So we'll take a timeout. 12 minutes, 45 seconds remaining to be played here in the first quarter. We are scoreless.
There are side mirrors, and then there are the indicator light warning, radar sensor linking, blind spot penetrating side mirrors of the all-new Ford Taurus. So what doesn't show up in your mirror can still show up on your mirror. We speak car. We speak innovation. Introducing the all-new Taurus from Ford. Drive one.
Rose to the rack to feed the fire to score. Derrick Rose, are you flat out kidding me? Double overtime. Triple overtime. Noah with a nasty dunk. That's a cheap shot. Miller's bleeding. Unbelievable. Heinrich gets pushed into the table. Man, is it getting physical here. Unbelievable. The Bulls are on fire. Bulls win. Bulls win. Bulls win.
Tomorrow, Jermaine Dye and the White Sox hope to knock the Angels out of the outfield as they take on Torrey Hunter and the crew from Anaheim and L.A. Coverage begins with Felco White Sox pregame live. Sox Angels tomorrow at 2 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Is your vehicle parked in the driveway or on the street? Get a Tough Shed storage building or garage and protect your ride. Now save 40, 50, even 60% on standard building accessories. Tough Shed storage buildings and garages, coast to coast. Call 1-800-BUY-TOUGH or visit toughshed.com.
Pac-10 College Football Saturday is presented by Philips HD. The images that move you the most are what we deliver the best. And brought to you in part by Ford. We speak car. We speak innovation. Introducing the all-new Taurus. Drive one. And by Best Buy. You happier. So Purdue will start at the 12-yard line. They go out of the I formation. They ran a lot out of the I last week. There's a pitch to Bolden, right side. Bolden cracked right as he got the line of scrimmage, but does manage to fall forward for about 4 yards. Casey Matthews hanging on for dear life.
It's a good play by Casey Matthews, a 6'2", 235-pound junior out of Agora Hills, California, of course, the famous Matthews family. But you saw the power and really kind of the churning of the legs of Ralph Bolden, who's under 200 pounds, but what a physical run. Not used to seeing Purdue in an I formation running the football like that.
This time they go out of the gun. Bolden to setback. Second down and 7. Blitz comes. Here's a little screen. Flag is down. Carlos on a reception. Big gain across the 30 to the 34-yard line, but let's see about the flag. Spencer Pasinger makes the tackle on the sideline. A gain of 19, but it may be for naught. So the Boilermakers will walk backward.
On the offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty.
Danny Hope, a guy who came over from Eastern Kentucky as the heir apparent last year to work under Joe Tiller. Guy who's very confident, a guy really knows what he's talking about, knows his football.
They say he's a great recruiter, and he is. They also know his toughness. He's an offensive line guy, and he really does believe in the virtues of practicing fast, telling his team when practice is going to be over, because the games, he says, are so fast, you have to practice quickly, and that's what Purdue's done, and they're out there playing pretty quick tonight.
Purdue, a very confident team coming in here. Second down and 12. Out of the gun once more. Elliott straight back, got all day to throw it. Now he throws intercepted. Picked off and across the 15 to 17. He loses the football and finally falling on it for the Oregon Ducks.
Wins last year. As you take a look at the scoring summary,